GRG Podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
What's up, everybody? What's happening? The GRG podcast is alive, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to hear myself in the background because I did not turn that completely down, but here we go. There we go. What's up, everyone? We alive. We're doing the damn thing. Welcome. It's another Friday. Hope you guys will enjoy the show. Dee will not be in tonight. She said that she had to go get her feet done, and because they needed to go and get a jackhammer to get the rest of that callus.
Don't do my girl like that. She gonna beat your ass.
Oh man. Anyway, my shout out to Dee. She got family coming over, whatever. Yeah. So I got you too last week solo. But then I told the truth what you said was going on. But I had to throw a little bit of something. But
that's fine.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do, bro.
So just know, and I've been doing this forever. So if somebody doesn't come on, I sit there and I hit y'all with a little something. I think I used to say about Lady Infamous when she could come was that she was going to roller derby. Training. So I used to do that all the time. But anyway, so yeah, man. What's happening, everyone? We are live. Hope you guys will go ahead and share this out. Let everybody know that we are live. Got a lot of really great topics to talk about. Again, we're going to be talking about some Halo briefly, not as much as we was last week. But we do need to address a little bit of this. Season 2, the 6 months gap. That we'll talk about that briefly. And then we'll just talk about a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on. We'll definitely, I cannot wait to hear what the panel has to talk about and what you guys got to talk about in the chat regarding the DLC debate and how that there's a group of gamers out there that, or I should say content creators that just went ape shit crazy over the word DLC. I don't know. That's crazy, but I can't wait to hear that. But we got plenty of stuff to talk about. So first off, let's introduce the panel, man. The person wasn't here last week. He had to take care of some business, you know what I'm saying, some family business. But, man, glad to have you back on. What's up with you, Ham Solo?
Yo. What up? Good to be back. Had to do some family things last weekend. Had some fun. It was pretty nice. Good to get out, touch grass and stop playing games for a little bit. Yeah. Even though we ended up going over there and just playing a game. But the thing is, we were playing this like You Don't Know Jack, which I remember from like way back in the day. Like Windows XP, like Windows 98 back in the day. I remember having that game on disc. But like we were playing it through the Switch, I guess, and you can like log in with your phone now, and like nobody can see the questions that you got or what you're doing, and they have all kinds of crazy games on that thing. So that's really really interesting, a different way to play games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. Like my house, I feel like kind of more of, I don't know what kind of gamer you want to call me, but like I play, the retro things. I play, all the really big games, and then you go over somebody else's crib that isn't really a gamer like me at all, but they still playing games, just totally different things, and it's just really nice to see that all different communities are getting into gaming different ways. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. That part I definitely agree with. I think that it's it just like, I mean, I was kind of disappointed back in the days I should say back in the days, but just a few years ago, where there were people trying to define what is a gamer. Like if you play Call of Duty or if you play only sports games, then you could classify yourself as a gamer. I'm pretty sure that there's still people out there that feel that way, but I think overall, I'm glad that I don't see that as much as I used to. Because if you play games, doesn't matter if you sit on the couch watching TV, playing solitaire, or if you are, playing
OG game.
yeah. My wife do it all the time. Like she sit there and she'll be watching, going through watching the TV, playing solitaire, Candy Crush or something. Or sometimes she pull out the Switch and play a little bit of play a little bit of I can't think of that game, that Animal Crossing or whatever. And just but I mean that's the whole thing. Like I mean she just picks and chooses, but she's constantly doing, or she's playing this one thing that she's just dabbing, just like putting like setting colors, like just making like coloring books or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, all right, that's, I mean, you could, you got a Xbox One S that's right there looking at you, or there's a 360 right there next to you. Well, not next to you, but no,
I was playing Bejeweled last week.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could be playing something like, you love that Tetris. Yeah, you could be playing on the Xbox.
That's why I think it's just so funny in the community when people try to tell other people who's a gamer, and I'm just like I kind of see what they're saying in the sense of, hey, you don't game like me, maybe. Maybe you're like a deeper gamer or closer to a pro gamer than I would be somehow, some way. Like if you are in your own, reality, I guess.
Right.
But like the true reality of the situation is just like Craig Simmons gaming TV says, if you play games, you're a gamer, and that's pretty much the end of that sentence. I mean, if you take somebody for a penny or take them for $1 million, you still took from them. So it's kind of the same logic. Like if you do it, you do it.
No doubt, for real. That is very true. So I don't know. I just find it just kind of funny, but yeah, that is it. So anyway, awesome. What games have you been playing, Ham Solo?
Oh, you want me to go through all those?
Well, I mean, you'll definitely be beating me and Rob. Sounds like, so you might as well just go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I've been playing more NCAA 2013.
That's the classic.
More Devil May Cry. I'm on 2, about 6 levels deep into that. For the Xbox, let's see, what have I been playing on the Xbox? I'm blanking because I turn it on every day and play it. I beat Streets of Rage.
Oh, okay.
With my bro Madrex. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I've been going through some of that because I did not finish that game. And yeah, I'm playing all these like in different times and different days. I just started Lost in Random on the PS5, more Ghost of Tsushima. And there was something specific I was playing on the PS5 that was that was pretty fun. But I don't know, man. I'm just constantly bouncing all over the place, playing different games. Picked up the like I said, picked up the Warriors. I'm probably gonna start Heavy Rain after I get done with Horizon. Thank you. I can't believe that was that hard to think of that game.
Oh, that should have been the first. But okay. Right.
But yeah, I've been it's been pretty
playing
fun.
like about 50 games a day. So.
Yeah,
right. So like I don't remember like I played Horizon earlier in the week where I had just played. I mean, like I said, I'm blanking on everything. I just played Fallen Order just yesterday. I played that for like 3.5 hours yesterday. Oh yeah, and I was a sucker, man. I got suckered thanks to Mooch for being on my show last week on Behind Them Sticks. He convinced me to spend $10 and get Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh,
he convinced me to do it, and I've been playing some of that too. So that's interesting on the PS5 because you get phone calls through your controller. So you hear them talking to you on the phone and all of Lamar's antics and yada yada. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, that's what I've been playing lately.
Oh, wow.
I've been buying a bunch of games too lately, a bunch of cheap things.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before we started the show. Yeah, that's going on a little spending spree. Yeah, no. So you definitely had a scroll of games to list. So I'll just go to here. The next person on the panel, Rob's. What's happening with you? What's going on? And what you've been playing?
I've been playing these games on my phone lately called Uber Eats. And,
oh wow!
And shopping, Amazon. No, but yeah, I haven't really been playing much. I played a bit of Destiny. Destiny over the weekend. Like I told you earlier, K-Mega, mainly just been catching up on shows. With the Thor trailer, I got kind of hyped and like, you know what? Let me catch up on Marvel movies and shows. So, I watched Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals this past week, which are, I think they're all three of them are good. I think Shang-Chi is the best one.
Yeah.
Out of the three. Yeah. But yeah, I watched it and I had fun. I watch Hawkeye and rent Spider-Man over the weekend. I still haven't seen Spider-Man. Got spoiled, but whatever. That's what happens
Spider-Man will
when
probably be the best one out of the list that you've seen so far. So, but Shang-Chi will probably be number 2 still because Shang-Chi is
Mhm.
that good. So,
Oh,
yeah,
Shang-Chi was really good.
really
Even
good.
though I
Hmm.
don't like a certain person in that movie, but yeah, it was good. Um, let's see, but yeah, I haven't really been playing much. Like I said, I played a bit of Destiny. I think the Destiny was like the only play. I know me and Sir X want to finish Gears, but he's been working and he be working past my bedtime, so.
So that's how it is. That's how Sir X Man. He's a little dirty old man, so he likes to come and wake people up. Well, you want to go get down anyway. So yeah, it's for
Want to play some
you want
Gears?
to play some gears anyway.
Like going to
Shout out to
sleep.
Sir X Man. I'm sure he'll be on here a little bit later on tonight. But yeah, okay, all right. As for me, man, I have been in that same kick. And finally, normally when I beat a big game, I usually take a couple of days to just kind of chill out. Just absorb the game and from what I played, and think about stuff within the game and then just kind of get ready to play the next big game or just play the next game. But that didn't really happen when I beat Elden Ring. I started playing some other stuff and going crazy, and then all of a sudden it hit me, and so I caught myself been watching the NBA playoffs
Oh
all.
Lord.
Yeah, I've been watching the NBA playoffs all this past week and last night. But I've been tinkering around with some stuff. I did Fight Night Sunday and got my ass kicked playing Street Fighter, but I wasn't really in the mood. I just kind of was, like I said, I was still in that funk stage. So I was, I'm committed to it. And so I went in there and I think I won 2 matches, but then like the rest, it was just me getting my ass kicked and then just ranting. so yeah, so then I stayed over about 2.5 hours, and then I was supposed to do fight night earlier this week, but it just didn't happen because I had to I keep saying take care of my mom. It's not me take care, but do take my mom to appointments and make sure that people are supposed to be coming to go check on her and things like that. So I had to take care of that instead, and so then that was basically the case. But I did go on a gaming spree myself, and I should say buying spree, and then I bought those Nintendo games last week. I finally got Neo 2. I've been wanting to get that game for a minute on PC, and it's always been like $60 or like 55. I finally found a sale for 47. And I still was reluctant because I was going to get Horizon Forbidden West. And then I was like, you know what? I, I don't know. So I'm, just having a long talk. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this game because it will not go down in price. And so I just went ahead and got Neo 2. Played that for a couple of hours. Um, Jumped around, jumped on Scarlet Nexus again. Played that for a
Yep.
little while and
I
stuff.
forgot to say I was playing that this
Yeah,
week
yeah, and just
too. I
just
was
kind of
streaming that.
just
I
kind of
I'm
forgot
just
noodling
about
gonna
that.
have to
around.
jump on that, man, because
Yeah,
I've been
that
seeing
that that
live
and,
That
and we
game
was
is
playing it. I was
fire.
loving it, but I was like, oh my god! So I was like, no, put it down. Let's get back. And then the playoffs came on, and so that's what I've been doing. So I've been doing that. But all right, guys. Like I said, there really wasn't too much to me talk about on gameplay wise. And so even though that's why you see an old trailer of some games some games that's already been out and all that other stuff. So anyway, let's get to it. All right. First things first, let's talk about Outriders. No, before we talk about Outriders, I want to talk about Halo. Like I said, I want to talk about Halo briefly. I don't want to talk about it like we did all last week.
last week.
Yeah, I just want to go over season 2 and get people's thoughts about it because I mean, and Don did Devin the Gamer this week, and I was given I said, look, I don't think that this is going to be um, enough content to get us to season 3. I said for everything for the stuff that we've seen so far, it just seems like it's just not enough yet. And so and I'm like, but we got to find out when season 3 is actually really going to be coming out and things like that before I can really just go into. And so now we got that information. I mean, pretty much, from what just all the stuff came out today. So they gave a roadmap, which is positive. And I'm excited because there's some new content that's going to be coming to Halo Infinite. So I'll be getting ready for the student boot up May 3rd. But so far for what we're getting here is 2 multiplayer events during season 2. Then there's going to be a new Fractured event, Entrenched. Then in August, the campaign mission replay. Then in late August, the campaign co-op will be dropping, which that is surprising because I was not thinking that the co-op was going to come until season 3. So that is a good look, but I don't know if that's just split screen or is that going to be actual co-op, but I'm thinking that it's going to be co-op or both. Then
Can you repeat that last piece? What about co-op?
Okay.
Because I didn't hear the whole co-op thing.
Yeah, late August campaign co-op will be dropping.
Let's go.
And then September Forge open beta will drop for those, I guess, who's going to be lucky enough to get into it. And I've already talked to some people that's already been messing with the Forge already. And they saying like it's next level. It's beyond next level. And matter of fact, last week, Robs, when you was on, we had One Bad Mother on here, and he was going over what he heard and some information that he's got. And like Forge is just going to be something different. Like it's going to hit really different. It's not going to be like, Forge on Halo 5 was really, 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 really good. But they saying this is going to be next level. So I can't wait to find out about that. And then November, that's when season 3 is going to drop. So 6 months from when this, and my wife comes in here with some Grey Goose. Oh my goodness. We're going to start.
Goose get you loose.
It sounds messy already.
Talking about, see, that's why I married you.
You done lost your damn mind.
That's why I married
you.
Or maybe she's trying to make my liver just shrivel up and die. So I don't know. But anyway,
you're just gonna lean over and say, "Open it for me, hon."
she just said, "I got some papers for you to sign too before you start drinking." So never mind. Maybe I need to be getting that out. She's such a fool. Anyway, thank you, baby. But anyway, so 6 months is a long time, especially for a game that's supposed to be a service game. We all know that usually, I think the longest out there is around 10 to 12 weeks. So 6 months is a long time. Now I'm glad that they have a plan, but let me go to you on this one, Ham Solo, first, and get your thoughts. And people in the chat, please let us know what you think about this. I still feel it's going to get tight. It's going to be a little dry, a little sparse when we get past them 3 months. But is this, knowing about this information right now, is it at least going in a positive direction for you, or you still think that there should be more going forward?
Of course I want more. But what I'm trying to be more reasonable now than I was maybe even a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And like I just want to like after seeing some all these VGC charts and seeing that Xbox is actually doing pretty fine. PlayStation's doing fine. Like I'm tired of being impatient at this point. Like just get it done. That's where I'm at on it. Just get it done and get it to me when you can. Especially with my backlog, like I really don't have anywhere to talk about. Like hurry up, give me. Because you heard all the games I just listed off. I didn't even list off freaking Midnight Raiders that I was playing on Sega CD. Like I have so many freaking games that I'm going through right now and just trying out, and I know that's not everybody's case, right? But if you have Game Pass, there's plenty of stuff that you can play right now, and like if I've learned anything from last year to this year is I'm starting to feel like Xbox not talking. At first, I was worried about it, but now I'm kind of like, man, I feel like they got their chest out right now, and they know they have something, and they just don't care. They're just waiting just to slap you in the face with some dope stuff, and I'm ready for it. I can let this season 2 thing pass if they're announcing multiplayer campaign, co-op, whether it's 2 or 4 people, I'm playing it. I'm hoping to Lord that it's 4 players. But like if they're gonna give me kind of
it's 4 player.
Oh, right. So
yeah, it's going to be 4 player. I mean, if they're going to drop it at this point,
it's got to be 4 player.
It's gotta be 4
player,
right? Right.
It has to be. That's just what they're known for.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're gonna say that, hey, we're sticking to our guns and we're giving it to you in August, then you know what? I'll take this one map and whatever. And if this is what you guys can give me and promise you can give me that in August, then let's go. I can deal with it.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
I'm getting a little tired of being impatient, is what I'm saying. And
well,
I'm
I think that's a little bit of everybody at this point. But I mean, you made a really good point. I want to hear what Rob's got to say, even though I know that she's not into the Halo lore and things like that. But I mean, just from talking as a gamer, if there's a game that that you liked and you knew that they were changing it up and they were going to turn themselves into a service, and then they wasn't bringing out the content as fast as you like, where would you be? Would you give up on that game, or would you be willing to wait? So that's kind of like the question I want to ask you, Robs.
Yeah, but I have did that because I'm a Destiny player, and
right.
there were times I have to. I think we talked about this last week. There was times I had to stop playing and play other stuff, especially before not Beyond, like Witch Queen came out. We had a 6-month season because there was no new content, and I just played other games. Well, yeah, I just played other games, and it was like, it's not like I'm gonna give up on Destiny, but I'm just gonna take time out to play other games because there's no content. Ain't no use to wasting my time playing this same game over and over again. Just do something else, or have like we talked about. We've been on a buy spree for the past couple of weeks, buying all these games and not playing them. Hell, I did a deep clean in my room, and I'm like, damn. And I found all these games behind my TV. I'm like, damn, these fucking games come from. So I was like, yeah, I need to take a break. But yeah, I looked at the roadmap, and more power to you for you Halo players.
Oh, listen to that. I got you.
Enjoy yourself. No, it's not like a
No. But I'm about to throw a dig. I'm going to throw a dig. I think personally, for me, I am, and people who listen to know me, I am a huge 343 supporter. I have always been capping for 343. But they got to get that work every once in a while, because they have been in a bind, and to me it is a weird situation, right? But I think I hope I said this doing this Devin Gamer, I said this last night on the next podcast, was that I hope 343 and management at 343 will understand that you just need to do what you need to do to make your content that you desire to make. The gamers will follow. Trust me, because if they love a franchise enough, they will follow. God of War is a great example. And then just look at this, for instance. I mean, I know this is a different type of entertainment, but just look at the Halo TV show. I just got finished watching the 5th episode. Absolutely fire.
I heard it was really good. I haven't seen it yet, so do not spoil this.
I will not spoil it.
it needs to hurry up and get finished so I can get this Paramount Plus.
Boy,
So I could.
I
So
was
I
like,
could. So I could
what?
marathon
Yeah,
it.
he brought out his
ep-
God of War voice on. He said, "Boy."
The episode 5 was fire, and I've been enjoying the show. While I've taken it the show for what it is, right? And so that's bringing up to my
Right.
point about
That's the best way to look at it.
that's the best way you got to do with these games, and that's why I'm making a point about God of War. Is like, I did not like the direction where they were going from what I was reading and from what I was hearing from content creators and things like man, this sounds Kratos a dad. This dude getting soft, want to be a what? Like, that's not the anti-hero that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my bro coming in here smashing 3 or 4 chicks and then tearing the head off of a beast. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? That's the Kratos I know.
Killing gods and
fucking
three, 4 women in a hot tub takes us toll.
Right.
A man want to settle down, have some kids.
Bro,
that he didn't kill already.
No. When I was like, oh no. And so, but after playing the game, I realized, you know what? What Cory Barlog did, I still love David Jaffe's version more, but what Cory Barlog and that team did in Santa Monica, kudos, because y'all made me. I still am a believer in God of War, because that is my favorite PlayStation franchise. So I was like, okay, I got you. So why people can't do that with Halo? Why is it that there's got to be people that hates Halo? I mean, that hates 343 so much because they're not Bungie, even though there's a lot of Bungie people that left Bungie to go to 343 that works on Halo, still wants Halo 1 through 3. I don't want that. I want more of Halo 5, Halo 4.
Yeah, I was about to ask you too. Like, ain't there Bungie people over there too?
Yeah, there is. So to me, let these people do their work, do their art, and let them see, because it's funny to me, and this is my last point before we're going to move on, because like I said, I wasn't going to be going too long with the Halo thing, but you can't be one of these people talking about creative freedom for everything else except for when it's something that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them creative freedom too, to let them do their work. And that to me is where it just like, let them, because I mean, from hearing all the stuff and seeing all the stuff from what they were trying to do, like there was a thing from Halo that they cut out, and where you had to go in and look for the different pieces of Cortana throughout the ring. So you can combine the Cortana and do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it was a different angle to the story. Nothing, that sounds awesome. And so you get all different types of personalities of Cortana. Like you get the mean Cortana, you get the nice Cortana, but you get fragments of her. And that would have just add more, I think, depth into the story. Even though I think that this story had some depth, I thought it was really good. But there was still some things like, you kind of want more after you're done with it. So I just don't know, man. I hope 343 just don't get locked in on wanting to appease a certain group, because I think that this is one of the reasons why they're in the pickle that they're in. They wanted to do the things that they needed to do. The game should have been delayed until May 3rd. I think that the game, people would have still bitched and complained. Yes, that's always going to happen. But it should have came out May 3rd when the second season is coming out. And then they could have, I think that they might have had a little bit more time to get everything in gear and go from there. But it's a foregone conclusion. We got what we got. I will be playing season 2 and going through it. And once I'm done with season 2, I'll just go in, I'll start playing a whole bunch of other shit, because of course, like everybody said on the panel, it's like, look, it's not like we ain't got plenty of games to play, and there's still going to be great games that's going to be coming out this year. So, I mean, we're still set as gamers, so it's all right. So, I don't know, but let me read
That's where I'm at, bro. I'm just like, you going to give me time to finish some of these? Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let me keep it real for a moment. Like, I was a big Ark Survival Evolved player. Got over like 120 or 30 days in that game. And like like when you're waiting on some content to come, I mean, I ain't no stranger to it. So
Right.
I'm more than okay with waiting as long as they, don't keep pushing it back now, because that's what was kind of getting me irritated with some of this stuff, is stuff getting pushed back or just flat out not having a date for years and hearing about it. So I'm trying to just be more patient and just kind of take a step back, because I got plenty of stuff to play.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that. Like, because it is frustrating, and 343 deserves that deserves that
They
criticism.
deserve that smoke a
They
little bit.
deserve, they deserve
Absolutely.
it. They deserve it. They definitely do.
I'm just tired of dishing it out right now.
Right.
I'm winded.
And so, one last thing too, because somebody brought this up in the chat, not in the chat here, but I'm sorry, on Twitter, which the whole crunch thing, where Kotaku made a big deal about that. So now, regular employees don't only work so long, and the other employees that they bring in through I can't think of the name right now, but they're the part-time employees, the temporary employees. They only work for only a couple of months. I think it's 3 months or something like that. I can't remember. It's something like that. So that's another factor too. People are so concerned about crunch, but until they want that content, they like, well, kind of want my content now. Well, no, y'all was over here making complaints and jumping on everybody about crunch, and Microsoft is this big conglomerate company, and what do we got here? So there's a lot of other things that plays into this as well. But this is definitely not going to be the last time that we talk about Halo. But we're going to move on. Do anybody else have anything they want to say before I move on? Okay. All right.
I'm good.
You're good. All right. So let's talk about Outriders now. And what's up? What's up, Yobi? What's happening? Sir X-Man in the chat saying, waiting to play Swords 10 Kings of the Halo of the King of the... What? Hold on. I think he meant to play King of the Hill. Okay, there we go. Waiting to play King of the Hill. Maybe it's 100-man King of the Hill. I think that's what he's trying to say. But yes. They do have a lot of game modes, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, the super chat works, folks. And with Outriders Worldslayer. Now, I bought Outriders outright. I got harassed for it. But there's other people out there that jumped on it and got it on Game Pass, and they got to have the opportunity to play the game. I absolutely love the game. When I seen everything, when I played that demo, I'm like, nah, man. Right after that, they was like, pre-order, boom, got it. I was totally stoked. Enjoyed the game, even with its flaws. Once we beat the game, you kind of was in a state of limbo, and then you did the in-game stuff, and then the in-game stuff that's when things kind of went awry, and then there was more issues and things like that. But still a solid game. A lot of people thought that they were dead. Even the developer themselves said that they weren't going to be doing any more content. They said they was going to do an update. That update didn't come until a year later. But now we're coming to see here in June 30th, they're going to have an expansion, and it looks really damn dope, and it looks fun. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. So, Rob, I know that you said that you tried the game out. What did you think about that, and what do you think about this new expansion? Is it something that you would definitely want to jump into?
Yeah, I played a bit. There was issues with crashing and servers, and when it first came out, because I played when it first came out. I played a bit of the story, but I didn't finish it. I ended up watching the story online, but I do want to watching the story on YouTube. But I do want to get into it, and since they have the new update, I do want to, and they've with the 2.0 update, and they fixed quality of life, and I think since it's been a year, the server should be fixed by now. But yeah, I do want to get into it, and I think I posted a video of the showcase that they did yesterday or today. it looks from YouTube, it looks good, and I am excited for it. I don't know because I played it through Game Pass. I didn't pay for it. Um, honestly, because if it wasn't on Game Pass, I probably wouldn't have got it. I probably would have just waited till it was like cheap to get it.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it was fun with what I played. So I'm contemplating on downloading it again. And play through the story. Get my Trister out and play through the story. But yeah, the DLC looks good. I wish they had added. I wish they had been continuing it more throughout the year. But I think they said it's like once you're done with the end game, that's it. It's not like Destiny or Avengers or any type of games for service. It's like if you're done, you're done. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm excited for it.
Okay. All right. What about you, Ham Solo? Are you stoked for this?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I actually want to keep playing that game, but I'm kind of I really enjoy playing co-op in games like
Yeah,
that.
me too.
So
Me
I
too.
beat it.
Yeah, me
I beat it on my own because I really enjoyed the game. But once I got to the end, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna delete it until somebody asks me to play it, and then I'm gonna go full in and keep playing it. But like, I beat it, got some pretty dope armor, got some pretty good weapons and stuff like that, and got them all matched up the way I want them. So I'm set to go, especially with this new DLC. So yeah, I'm excited. I'd
Yeah.
say. Is it like, I don't know, like last year, I kind of fell out of it for a little bit because of all the issues that it was having.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
that turned me off, and I actually didn't finish the game until after that, like 2.0 or whatever that fix was that
The
they
New
Right.
added to it.
Horizon.
Yeah. So yeah, once they did that, I got relocked into that game, and I was like, man, why did I ever put this down? And I remembered like I I
Yeah.
remembered fairly quickly because there was some things that bothered me in that game early on, like matchmaking with your other players and whatnot. And you got to keep in mind, like when that game came out, a lot of people had Xbox Series X's, So so when that game first came out, I was playing with people on Xbox One,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and
That's right.
so
Yeah.
so I'm talking about the game not running right, sure, but I'm also having a totally different experience because all those folks that didn't have an Xbox Series console now have an S or an X because they don't like those load times compared to what we got now. So I'd like to say it's a very refreshing game at this point. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah. I know. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think personally, it was really really fun. It was very challenging too. It was one of those things when you played with a bunch of people that were strong. Some of those bosses battle. There was one battle I had to have help. It was kind of like in a ancient uh tomb, not a tomb, but like just kind of like maybe a holy area. So I don't, man, it was so many enemies that came at you, and
Oh,
everything was
I know
so
what you're
tough.
talking about. It
And then,
just
I think I
doesn't
know what you're talking
stop.
about as well.
oh my God, it
It
didn't stop.
doesn't
And when you thought
stop.
that you got done with them, there was more, and then there were more heinous, crazy. I said, "Yo, come on!" And then, but I had to have somebody who was badass, and I hid in the corner like a and sit there. I was like, get him, tough, get him, because I can do it.
Get
I
him,
can
tough guy.
get him,
That's
tough
one of the few
guy.
levels. That's one
I
of the few
would.
levels that will
That's
have you screaming like Bernie
yes.
Mac and freaking in Friday.
Oh, bro,
Just
Damn.
it
run
was so damn tough. Like, I mean,
when he was running from the midget.
yeah, we were playing
Damn.
all damn night, and then just so happened, I can't remember who that was. I don't know if it was Iceman or it was Game Down Sites. It was somebody who came in and saved the day because we were having it was Percolator, me, Don, and then it was somebody else, and then one of them left, and then somebody else came in, and then they saved the day. We finally got past that. I was like, and then I think the person that left, they was like, "Hey man, can you come and help?" I was like, "Man, I don't know, man, but I'll give you the gamer tag to the person that helped me." Cause I'm like, I ain't trying to get past that, bro. I ain't trying to do. I don't want. Hey man, I don't want none of that smoke anymore. That shit was horde. But the game was really really fun, and then there was another part towards the end of the game that was pretty challenging. Took me a little bit to get past. Because I did have to do that solo. Because at that point, that's where people were kind of falling out of it, because it was, like you were saying, him was that other people was having the issue. So yeah, we all three need to jump in there and play it. So we can
I'm gonna
Robs
move
can
some
get
stuff
through it.
around
Yeah,
and download it. It's probably tonight.
We're gonna have a GRG game night.
we
Let's
can.
go.
We can. We can definitely have it. Especially especially I get this Grey Goose in me here in a little bit.
I don't see why
Oh,
Sir X-Man wouldn't be in there. I mean, he always playing Gears and stuff. He might as well hop into into a similar kind of game
He
where you
gets
can
a
have
tip.
crazier weapons.
He gets intimidated by certain other games, but no, he might. I don't know, but I forgot. Is it 3 or 4 players? Because if it's 4, I thought it was 3. But
I think it's
You
3
know, it
players.
might be 3.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
it's
even
3.
think about
But
that. I
but I don't.
hate
Yeah,
that
because
number in
it's
games, by the
I
way.
do
Why
too.
would they
Why just
do
do
that?
3? I hate that. Even with Gears 5, it's only
especially
3. Because you
like I play Destiny, so
yeah
it's like 3 players.
yeah
They
that,
do have 6 player events, but they're 3 player shit.
yeah. I don't like that 3-player stuff. But regardless, it's still a really really fun game, and maybe with the expansion, they might add another player, or maybe with the 2.0, because I have not gone back and played the 2.0, but only once, just to see how it felt, and it felt good. But like I said, I can't remember if it was still a 3, but that's what I thought it was back then. It was a
Yeah,
3.
I
I
But
think
hope
it's
with this
still at 3.
mm-hmm.
I hope with this expansion they don't have those stupid little cutscenes in between you opening a door.
Sure that they'll do that. Sure
I
that
just don't. I just don't get that. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know those little cutscenes. I think they're supposed
Like,
to be like kind of low times or something. So I think that's why they do that.
I
Um,
hope so. I hope it's like that, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah. I just don't know, but bruh, like it's just like, man, I gotta watch this dude open the door every freaking time, or
did
just
you enjoy
walk
the
up a
story?
rope.
I did actually. I did think that it wasn't the best story in the world, but I
It
thought
was not the best
it,
story.
It was
but
not. It was
but
kind
it
of fucked up.
yeah, no, but it was pretty because humanity was on their last leg, Jack. And so it was I say the beginning was really really interesting, and it had me in it, and then towards the middle part it kind of lost me, but then towards the end it picked back up. But I the game is more for entertainment, but I think that this story might be a little bit more compelling on this expansion. So, but yeah, no,
It
I
looks
think
Probably.
yeah, it
compelling.
looks really good. It looks really good.
Mhm.
There was pieces to this story
Mm-hmm.
that felt pretty blockbuster.
It
And
did.
then and then it go to another part of the story where it's just like, man, like this conversation's unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I totally get it. Like, I mean, that's how it was. Like, I mean, there was a part where when they got into the jungle, and I ain't gonna say too much because we gotta try to go through it with Robs. But there's a part in the jungle. I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting, and then everything goes there and big beast, and you take that out, and then you go further on into it, and then it gotta goes way left, and you gotta go into a whole nother area, and then there's this coming out in another society. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, it was a trip. It
Yeah,
was a
I
trip.
already know the story because I watched it on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So, like, it was a
But I know
trip.
what you're talking about. But the story was wild. I'm like,
It was wild.
whoa.
It was really wild. It was really wild. So, but yeah, no, I'm down for playing that. I have not played it. I need to look and check and see if I still have it downloaded. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that now while I'm over here doing the show. So just in case.
Right, I'm gonna do that too. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's
I'm
do it.
gonna control it.
Yeah. Start. Y'all talk about want to do it. Let's do it. Okay. So, all right. So no doubt about it. I was looking at what Sleepy was saying. He said, "I like the story." He says, "Wasn't sure what people didn't like about it, especially at the end. No, that's what I'm saying. Like the game was dope, and the end game stuff was very interesting. But that's when it was very complicated because I was a tweener in the sense of I was strong enough to get in there and fight, but I wasn't as strong. Okay, like so I would jump in with King David and them, and they were maxed out. Like, and so I'm thinking like, oh no, I'm good because they were like, no, you all right, you can come in and you can be because it was funny because one of his homeboys came and said, yeah, you could just be kind of like the bait, and we'll kill everything else, but just kind of draw them to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I was thinking to myself, I play this game. I'm the man. I'm over here. I can smack. And then I seen what they were talking about because my ass started doing the running thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I said, I can't kill this thing. So I'm running like, I'm running. I'm like, okay, so I see what so I was drawing in the beast, and so David and the other dude, they were just chopping them down. But but they needed me for that one area because you had to do it in a really fast time limit in order to get the exotics. And so we did it. The first couple of times I didn't do it. And so then I felt like, damn, gotta pick my weight up. And then we finally did it, and I started figuring it out, and I started getting more stronger. And then we got it, and we got the exotics. But then again, we started going to another level, and I wasn't on that level. They were way ahead of me on that. But then when I started playing with other people, they were lesser than me, and then we would get wiped. And so at that point, I was like, man, I need to try to jump in and go get in there with David and them. But then again, they play Destiny and they play other stuff. So
those world tiers are no joke, though. You
right,
ain't lying.
Oh,
right,
man.
yeah. So that's and so people just kind of stopped playing it. So this is going to be fun because we can get back and get in world tiers, and I'm going to be ready and suited and booted this time. So that's what I'm saying. Like my single player time is about almost up, and now I'm ready to get into this multiplayer stuff. So yeah, no, it's very, very it's very challenging, but it's really, really fun. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm seeing Liquid talking about Split Second. Oh man, Split Second is still. You know what? That's another. Oh, Robs, you did play Split Second there a couple of weeks ago, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah,
She was having a good
playing
time
with
with it.
yeah, I was enjoying this. I was playing Split Second with
I need to go in there.
me and my son was playing in it, and I was playing a little bit with Sir X-Man.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I definitely need to have a streaming night to where I'm just playing just different racers, and Split Second's got to be in there because Split Second is one of my favorite racers of all time, for sure. So, all right, well that's cool. I'm definitely looking for Worldslayer. It is for people who don't know the price. I think for everything it's like $47 or $50 for the game and expansion. And just for the expansion, it is $40, but it's on sale right now for $35. So I'll definitely we got until June 30th, and then you never know. During that time, Xbox might say, "Hey, you know what? Guess what? This is coming to Game Pass." So because it's going to be in between when they have their event. So you just never know, or at least a couple of months down the line, it might drop on Game Pass. But I'm not going to wait that long to find out. I'm just going to cop it. So just for people out there that's worrying about that. But anyway. Uh-oh. Okay. What up, Yobi? Yobi keeps popping in here, but he can't talk. Okay. I can
hear him,
but
we
heard him that time.
Sound mad low.
Yeah, he sounded mad low, though. So we heard him that time, but he just sounded mad low. At least we heard you this time. So when you come back in here again, bro, you know what I'm saying? We can hear you. Just got to turn that volume up. All right, let's get to the second topic, and that is, okay. It's been reported that Xbox and Sony wants to put ads on free-to-play games. Yeah. What do you think, Ham Solo?
Do it.
You say let's do it? Free-to-play games?
Do it.
Do it?
Do it.
Why?
Do it.
You're going to have a lot of people to send you some hate mail.
Oh, sure. Do it. Everyone wants to say support the devs until it comes to something like that, right? Everybody wants to say support the devs until it comes to something like that. Everyone says, "Oh, you don't understand how expensive it is to make these games." There you go. There you go. That's what you kind of asked for right there. And you know what? I don't really have a problem with it. It's free to for some of the free to play games and whatnot, as long as they keep it in the realm the realm of the game. I'm not trying to see no. I'm not trying to see no Cialis commercial in Halo or something like that.
Right.
Like if you keep it like within the means of the game, like for instance, it would have been pretty dope and a little bit easier to kind of get him. This sounds funny, but hear me out. It would be a little immersive and kind of cool to see some of the ads that you see, like like Mountain Dew or Pizza Hut, because back in the day they've always been
they
kind
were
of big
always
into supporting games.
I used to like them. Like I was like, oh, look at that.
Get a game from Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, it would have been kind of dope to me to see in Cyberpunk like a Pizza Hut or something like that. That's where or a Mountain Dew in a Cyberpunk-esque format or font or whatnot. Like that would have been pretty cool. I mean, I was dying laughing when I was watching the movie Idiocracy and they had Carl's Jr. in it. I thought that was the best. Like if they could add that kind of fun aspect to it and not make it like in your face, like we're trying to add ads to Netflix kind of thing, and it's gonna like literally slow down the process of the game. Like I'm all for it if you use it properly, but that's the thing is like how often do they use it properly? So it's as nerve-wracking as it is a possibility of something cool depending on how you spin it.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with that. See, I see a lot of people tend to see, you kind of get where their gaming time frame is, because there's a lot of people I see that aren't for it, and we got to know more about what's going to happen, of course. But yeah, like they always used to have something within the game that had some kind of, like if you play NBA or Madden, which I know that's a curse word to you, Ham Solo, but if you play, especially NBA 2K or whatever, you'll see billboards and stuff all the time, and I think
it's already really cool in those games.
Yeah, and I think they're cool as hell, because like you'll sit there and it's just like in real life, like you'll see them boards pop up advertising whatever that it is, and it's like, oh, that's true to real life.
Right. Yeah. If I seen a King Supers ad on the the little billboard things in the NBA games in a Denver game, I'd be like, oh, that reminds me of when I lived in Denver. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. No,
it'd be kind of cool to see your like stores that you came from, like in the basketball games and whatnot, as long as they ain't saying click this ad or something like that.
Yes, and that's where the problems lie, and that's where a lot of people have this fear, even me included. Is it going to get
fear?
Yeah, is that a possibility? Like for instance, okay, with Street Fighter, when they added ads, they put the ads, they did the ads like right in between when you was loading up to fight, but after so long, it got annoying because you're like, I can't skip it. I don't want to see it anymore. So it's like, and then eventually I believe they took it out of Street Fighter V. But that was kind of annoying. At first it didn't bother me too much because I was like, oh, okay, I see this. It's advertising or whatever for talking about, Evo or, Street Fighter V, what they got available and things like that. But it's how they're going to do it. And the fear that I have, Robs, and maybe you might agree, is will it be because these are free to play, they might go a little bit further than what me and Ham Solo was talking about.
And that's my fear, that it will be like Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Hulu, like you'll be sit up there, you'll into a show or a movie, then
or Peacock. Peacock does the same thing too.
Peacock does that, I think, with on Crunchyroll don't offer it for free no more. With, Crunchyroll, when they offer free, they'll play the commercial. They'll play like the same commercial like 5 fucking times, and it was mad annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You know what
like
could be annoying? Do you notice when you hit pause when you're watching Halo that an ad pops up?
Are you talking
Every
about
time you pause,
in Infinite,
every time you
or are you
pause
talking about the TV show?
No, the show, the TV show. Like when you're on Paramount, anytime you pause a show, an ad will pop up until you
oh yeah, I think
continue
it
to play
did
the
that
show.
too.
I
When
was
it was
pausing it.
TBS All Access.
I paused it twice today, but we pay for the subscription though, so for Paramount. So I didn't know that.
It's like 2 points. It's like one with commercials and one without commercials.
And I'm pretty sure it's not like if you pause it and come right back. It's like if you pause it and leave for a couple minutes. Then a commercial, like not a commercial, but just an ad, like just a still ad,
right,
will just come on the screen and just sit there.
Yeah, like for instance, like okay, you watching this gameplay of this fighting game right here. Like if they got ads in the background, I'm not tripping about it because I'm more inclined into what's going on. I think that's good for people who watch me stream, or if somebody's just watching me play the game, because I'm more interactive into the fight, but if you pause, like let's just say for instance, you sit there like you said, like if I pause, oh man, hold on, I gotta go do something right fast. Give me a second, and then it's got a timer where if you idle for I don't know for a minute or something, then it pops up an advertisement. That's gonna be disgusting. I mean, like they got to know how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and I'm with you, Ham Solo, but then I'm also with Rob's because I'm nervous too. Is because how these companies will get, like, they're going to exploit. There's going to be some kind of game. There's going to be a developer that's going to exploit it and take it too damn far, and then that's going to make everything just look bad overall. That's going to happen. So, I don't know, but I don't know. Tell me more.
I'd say let it happen. If you want to be a fool, then be a fool. But everybody will see who you really are if you let that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, reveal yourself.
Yeah. So no, I mean, it's just all about how to respect the audience, like Sleepy's saying. I mean, I seen you try to get in, but we didn't hear you, Yobi. He says it's not working with Discord. He says, which is weird. It's worked before. I mean, we heard you when you first came in. It was just really mad low. I think it might be one of those things where it's like, I don't know. You could try again though, but you could come in. I mean, you'll be fine until Sir X-Man come in here. I'm just messing with you, but no, you come in here anytime you want to, Yobi. You got the free reign. That's why you got the green light. So I mean, so you can try to keep working at it. The only thing you're doing is just popping in and out of the screen. It's not like you disrupting the podcast or anything. So you're good. You family, bro. So yeah, it's I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it too, but I don't know. Like, I mean, how are you going to do this? Like, you got to be slick with it. You can't just kind of make it. I mean, people are going to be annoyed anyway. That's just kind of like the culture we're in. People just they'll see a billboard. Oh my God, this is where gaming's going to die. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to do it right, because we used to see it all the time, and it used to be cool to see it. So I just don't know. I really don't.
Like with companies, they take it too far. So
right.
I'm not really like the billboards, like in the background. Okay, sure, like on billboards and stuff. That's okay. That's cool. But I'm like, companies take it too far. Like they'll throw in, like, you in the middle of a match, like if you playing like Apex or something, you in the middle of a match, you about to win, and boom, like a depressing ass commercial pop up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like I watch YouTube and St. Jude commercials pop up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is depressing as hell. I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit in my game. And like, these games have microtransactions. People like to play to win. it's going they making money. It's not like the devs are not being supported. They're making money off these microtransactions. I personally don't buy microtransactions, but people
But
like to play to win.
they're gonna force you to try to see. This is what this is all forcing, right? It's like I love what Ham Solo said in the beginning because he's absolutely right. There are people that always say that, like, hey, you know what? You got to respect it. You got to support the developer, things like this. Well, this is one of these things. So you can't start bitching and complaining now. But this is another reason to try to force gamers to buy these games instead of letting them just still sit at free to play, because it's the same reason why they do this with Paramount, with Peacock, with all the rest of them. It's what your I'm trying to think of the right word to say. It's what your it's how you will allow. How much will you allow? How much will you take before you break type of scenario? Like they want you to be. They're like, can we annoy this person enough to say, you know what, hell with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. Because if you're already invested and hooked into that game, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to put the game down. So tolerance, that's the word, tolerance. If your tolerance is like, I mean, I ain't worried about these damn commercials. I'm still going to play this game for free. You know what I'm saying? And you could be like, I'm not going to pay for no microtransactions. I might buy a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I may spend $10 in 2 months, but these commercials ain't going to stop me. That's what they're trying to find people's tolerance levels. And that's why they're going to do this. And you know what? I mean, Microsoft and I mean, Don's saying it, and that's the truth. Like, it's it's more money. That's what it's about. Like, I mean, but I think it's also trying to test tolerance, trying to force gamers to figure out where they, where their tolerance level is. Because me personally, I'll watch the hell out of the damn commercial before I start. If I like the game, I'm going to buy it anyway. If it's but if it's something that I'll just jump in and play with some people or whatever, and it's not like in my wheelhouse like that, nah, I'll accept that. I'll accept that commercial. I'll just hold on, guys. Wait, commercial's on.
But you also gotta look at it too. Like, some of these games do not have a set game you can buy. It's just a free to play game, like Apex and Fortnite. They are strictly just free to play games, and you see in Fortnite is a monster.
But you buy
like
season passes though. I'm
you
pretty
buy
sure
season passes.
That'll
Like
eliminate
season
the
passes,
ads.
yeah,
Right.
like seasons pass, yeah, but like season pass like a little more than like $10. Like, you talking about, like, if you talking about like buying a game for like $60-$70 into just to avoid commercials, then is that enough? Because like they saying it's on free to play games right
I'm
now.
not paying those $70 for no game. It's got to be a deluxe edition, or now, like I said, I'll buy $100 game or whatever because I'm getting a deluxe edition, or 80 to 100 or whatever. But just paying $70 for for the same game that I can get for 60, I'll wait. That's
why I said 60, 70.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'm
saying you don't. I'm saying in general. Like, you want to, like, if you're going to, like, anybody in general, like, you want to spend like $60-$70 just to buy this game to keep from seeing ads. I don't think that's right either. And
but that's
also
what they're trying to do.
But like, also like, what makes you think like, okay, what if this shit becomes successful? They're gonna start putting it in games that you paying for.
Oh, 2K will definitely 2K and EA will definitely jump on board.
Oh, yes. 2K doing that now. Like, 2K is doing that now. I watched my cousin play 2K, NBA 2K, and I think it was an issue too online that they had the State Farm guy on there. And I don't know which one. The State Farm guy was on there.
Oh yeah.
They basically did like a commercial in the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, it was interactive and it was in the game and shit, but like, they basically did a commercial in the game, and like, hey, Jake from State Farm, get that check. But
right.
but but like I thought it was personally funny, but like, do you want that in your game? Do you want to constantly see ads? We see ads all the time, and it's irritating. And like, you look at it now, like, people are leaving Netflix because they for the certain shit that they doing. Especially now with you talking about adding commercials. That was one of your saving graces that you had for a long time, that you did not add commercials, and now you want to add commercials? Nah.
Yeah, you know that the whole Netflix thing is interesting, right? Because I was making a point saying, you know, like yeah, they're projected to lose what, about 1 million or 2 million people because they lost
Yeah,
200,000. Yeah,
they're projected to use like about 2 million.
about 2 million, right? Well, they got 214 million subscribers, right? So I
That don't
mean,
mean nothing. Like,
that's
they don't want to
that.
lose any subscribers. This
I know, but that's still a pebble. That's a dent, right? Now that's a dent. Now what the question is what you was bringing up is where I think it's gonna hurt Netflix in the long run is when they try to go if they going to be serious of going after the people that are you know, like they do the, you know, like you pass it on to certain amount of people, you know, to like you just let family members or friends get access to your account and stuff like that. If they go after them, then Netflix is going to be in some trouble because then you're going to
they already going after them.
well
They are
they are
they are
okay.
they they're trying to implement, if they see, if there's someone that's probably not in the household, or if you sign in, and you sign it, like, for example, if a family member sign in your account that's in like another part of the city, or anywhere that doesn't match that IP address or anything, they might you might get charged for that. Just what they're implementing now.
All right.
And that's kind of bogus. And then you got the commercials, and like you said, 2 million is just a pebble.
Right.
That's 2 million lost subscribers. You got to realize these.
I know it's a lot of people. I'm
Add
not trying to
up.
say it, but
No, I'm
but it's
saying, like,
still
that's money.
214. So if you drop two, that's
But that's
212
2
million
million
people
people that's
though.
paying $15-$20 a
Uh-huh.
month. Add that. Times that $15-$20 a month to 2 million.
But see, that's another
That's
thing
a lot of
too.
money
But okay, but so
that they're going to lose.
no,
Especially if
you're right.
they're, now let me finish.
You're right.
Especially since they're doing all these projects with all these shows, these movies, and they not getting like, well, they are getting like some trash ass movies, but they are getting movies with with like A-list stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they got like the bullshit Lifetime ass movies, and then they got like the big name stars and stuff. Then they got the movies with the big name stars. These projects cost them money, and see, they don't have like that Marvel Disney money anymore. They're not getting that anymore, so they have to create their own ecosystem. And see, when you have like they are competing with other services that are offering better deals and better content, and you're going to constantly keep losing your people if your content is not good, and you're also providing trash if your content is not good, and you're doing shit that's actually losing your customers, like with adding commercials and setting up where where people cannot log in and watch the services. Like, cause see, I have family members. Like, I got my son. He could probably be somewhere and want to watch something somewhere that's not in the household. And he's not in the house. Like, he probably over to his friend's house, or he over to another relative's house, and he want to watch like an anime on Netflix. They might want to charge me like, oh, you not if they look at the IP address and see that, you're not in the household, you're gonna have to pay like about additional $5. Like, that's not right. That is not right. And like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
That's
like, what
not
happened?
right. I'm sorry, I drew a blank. Like, that's not right. I'm looking at the gameplay. I'm like, is this my little
Oh,
Pokemon? But like, yeah.
Did you? No, this is a fight game called Fighting Herds. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like, but yeah, like that's not right, and you costing people more money. It's bad enough that you rate constantly raising the price of the subscriptions, but now you doing more. That's why I cancel. Like $15 a month, and y'all not even offering deals. At least HBO Max offers deals. Hulu offers deals. Hulu offers deals like about 2 or 3 times a year, especially during the holiday season. Like I got a deal now with HBO Max. Like I'm paying $7.50 a month. I'm paying half a month for the whole year. That's a good ass deal for the content that they have. Especially if you into like DC, and if you like into DC and other shows and HBO shows. And they and like I said with Hulu, like they offer like $1 or $2 a month for their services. Like they offer that every year. Paramount Plus, they offer free subscriptions all the time. Even when it was CBS All Access, they offer free subscriptions all the time. Like Netflix, you're not offering shit.
Well,
You
Netflix
just
is
increasing
number
the damn
one, so
price.
that's why that's
Yeah,
why
it's number
it's
one
number one.
due
That's
to their
why.
content,
Right.
but due to they number one due to their content. They still got their shows.
Well,
They
and
got
they
their
and they've been in the game longer than anybody, so they've been
in the
way
game,
more established.
but when you losing some of your content and you doing stuff, because like you said, they lost 200,000. They are progressed to lose 200. I mean, progressed
2
to lose
million.
2
Yeah.
billion,
Yeah.
and 2 million maybe double that in another couple of weeks, especially if they're planning on implementing those changes that they're planning on adding to their services.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Like,
I
no
agree,
company want to lose money,
they
especially 2
don't.
million subscribers.
But obviously, they must feel that they're losing something by allowing the pattern that they are. Like I'm not trying to defend Netflix. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying though, when you have 214 million subscribers, 2 million will hurt. They don't want to lose anybody. But at the end of the day, that's not going to close doors. You see what I'm saying? Now they try to go further and then raise the price. They go after people and then raise the price. Then that's a whole nother issue. But okay, but we got to reel it back in. So, and then Don's in here. No. I'm just saying Don's in here.
Don in here.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I would just let everyone kind of do
their
thing.
She was on her rant mode.
Sorry for ranting. I was in my rant mode.
You don't apologize.
It was great. It was your
You were
first.
here
It was
first.
your first time. Yeah, it's your first.
You were here first.
It's your first real rant. Like, so welcome. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who's been on GRG has had a rant moment. So this was your first one. So welcome, Rob. So you are okay. It's all right because you took that. You was heated. She said, I take that personally. She was on her Michael Jordan on that. I took that personally. Oh man. So what's up, Don? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You guys talking about advertising and gaming?
Yes. Yeah. You into the gaming space. Let us get a little bit of of your thoughts about this, man. I mean, first off, what do you think about it? Do you think it's something that is needed? Because like I said, what Ham Solo said was just perfect right on the line. There's people that saying, well, you got to support the dev and all this, but you can't jump back and now be pissed off because they're going to do this. And how do you think it will be implemented because I do see Xbox and PlayStation doing this, and not only them, but I feel that the publishers are gonna kickstart it as well. So what do you think?
Well, you have to be careful because I think gamers are, and I've said this before, are extremely generous. And when you take that generosity and, mistreat it, gamers can also be very frustrated as well. They're invested both ways, right? And so, but I will say this, though. I think as this should have been in games a long time ago, I would say even back more in the 360 era, even. Like if you look at like earlier Call of Duties, right? how many people log on to Call of Duty? Like in a single day, right? It was millions,
Right.
of course, right? And then you had how many matches per day?
Oh,
How many
hundreds.
how many eyes do you have on a screen that between matches, when you're waiting for the lobby and matchmaking to happen, that you can run a single ad? That doesn't affect, and that's a perfect example where it doesn't affect the gamer's time, right? Because they're already waiting in the lobby anyways, right?
Right.
They're respecting your time. They're just filling that gap with a means to make money. And the reality is, you can go to any advertisement company or any company to sell ad space there and say, hey, look, we have this many people dedicated for this period of time. We feel like we can do these sort of targeted ads for your customers. And that was, I mean, I will say right now, Call of Duty could make more money on ads in between matchmaking than they can just selling the $70 game. Because that many people were invested and that many eyes were on that.
You feel me?
Yeah, so
yeah. and so they didn't have to. So really, if they did it that way, they wouldn't even have to raise the price to $70.
Shit, they wouldn't maybe not even have to charge you for the next Call of Duty.
Came back and they're like, whoa, no. That's not what we said, Rondell. Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm saying, I'm just putting it out there. Like, just think about it. Like, think if, and we talk about like banners in the back of, a game. Like that's cute and all, but I don't think you can say that generated any revenue for a company when they do that, right? Like, it's hard to quantify that. But you can say, hey, I have X number of people looking at this thing, and it's flexible, right? So, like, people that do ads can pull. They say, you know what, we're going to pull from, say, Call of Duty, and guess what's really hot right now? Fortnite, or, let's say Halo, or, the next Battlefield or whatever, right? And that can basically subsidize their whole entire development of their games. In regards to that. So I think there's ways you can do it that are respectful to the gamer, that can be net worth, be more profitable, make it lower risk for the gamer. But yeah, I would say publishing companies have to be careful. Like, just because they do that, like, who's going to get the money? Most likely the publisher, less the studio has a good contract, right? So you do run into that sort of thing where the publisher may get all the money, maybe not the developer. So there is that aspect of things.
Because Square Enix will get you. Look at those contracts.
Oh, you just got to know your contracts, man. You got to know, you got to know your worth, in regards to something, and then know what you can get out of what you invest into a project, right? So. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I think that's something that I don't think people think about, like how much dead space there is between just multiplayer matchmaking games and how much lost revenue there just simply is there with every multiplayer game on the market today. People go to YouTube literally to watch an ad, but have to wait through ads to watch that ad. Does that make sense? Like, when people watch a movie trailer, it's a commercial, right? Like, literally, you're watching ads before you even get to see the commercial that's playing, and people are willing to do that. And so, I think it shows time and time again in entertainment, people are willing to do ads, and you have to pay for these projects somehow, one way or another, right? So,
yeah. All right. I mean, listen. I mean, as long as you do it right, it's about the presentation. It's about, because, like, I mean, I still think that because, I mean, like I said, in NBA 2K, if they didn't make some kind of money off of it, then they wouldn't keep doing it. They wouldn't keep throwing those type of billboard ads and things out there like that. But if they do it right, I don't think like I said, there's always going to be somebody that's going to complain about it.
You're saying you don't want Blue Chew commercials when you're about to play Call of Duty?
Right, yeah. Well, no. I mean, because, see, this is another thing, too. This is another slippery slope, right? Is that then how far will these advertisements go? Because then you could get into a point to where somebody who has plenty of money, they might want to put some kind of agenda in there. uh, political or just anything that isn't pertaining to whatever. So there has to be some kind of regulation behind it, and they have to be smart at where they put it at. Because like I said, when I was playing Street Fighter 5 and they was having the ads, it didn't bother me at first, but then after so long, I'm like, oh my God, come on, stop doing this. I can't click out of it. I got to watch this shit again and again and again.
I think they have the means to be able to track all that stuff quite well.
Mm-hmm.
So when they start seeing stuff doesn't work, they'll have to pull back. My more fear is there's always a money guy at a publishing company that always tries to sell his pitch how to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of respect for those people because they keep things moving in the industry, but sometimes they're the ones that are most guilty of taking it way too far, right?
Right.
They're the ones that spitball those ideas out there that may not resonate with gamers. And so, it just depends. It depends on, all that sort of stuff. But I think there's a lot of wasted opportunity, and, a lot of ways to be able to lower the price for gamers that's non-intrusive. And I think that's what ads can do. And honestly, you can also run into a situation where, it's just less risk for developers, right? So you get more content. Like, I mean, look at this game that we have playing right now on GRG, right? Like, that game's not being made today. There's no way it was pitched to be made today, right?
Just bring this game back as is. Just put online gameplay on it, and I guarantee you,
on gameplay and ads in between, right?
I'll pay $60 for it. I'll pay $60 for it.
But and I think also it's beneficial to give the consumer choice, right? Like, okay, one will have intrusive ads. Well, I didn't want to pay for the game because everyone's in a different financial situation. You kind of have to respect that, in every scenario. So if it's a means to be able to make it so certain people that don't have the money to get a game and play and experience it, maybe there's something to that. But as long as there's an option, say, hey, I can buy the $60 option because it has no ads and I just get the pure experience. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're just talking about Paramount Plus. It does the same thing, right? Like, you have two options. You go the low ball version of it, or you can pay double the price and then you can get the one without ads, right? You have two options there. And when I started Paramount, I didn't think I was going to like it, and so I paid for the cheap one because it wasn't going to break the bank either way. But I'm like, whatever, right? I might probably cancel this after Halo's done, right? And I was about a week into it, and I wasn't even hating the ads. I was just like, you know what? I kind of like it better than I liked Netflix, and I canceled Netflix and went with that. And I know it's not going to be a long-term thing. Eventually,
so you're part of the 200,000.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things. Like, they got to earn my money. So, like,
right.
You got to look at your situation. I'm like, when's the last time I actually watched something on Netflix? Oh, I haven't watched anything in a long time, and I paid for this whole entire month. Maybe I just, maybe need to chill out. And so, I'll do Paramount Plus for probably 3 months, and then I'll move back, right? I'm not saying like screw Netflix, I hate you or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, when you have content I'm interested in, I'll see you then. You know what I mean? But regardless, though, my point is it creates opportunities for certain gamers to have different situations. I mean, just like you look at streaming games, like, not everyone's going to buy a console, so it gives an opportunity for people, a low barrier entry for people to start playing games, right? Maybe not the same experience, but it's a way for them to play because they have to kind of judge their own financial situation. That's the same way I would look at ads. So, but you are right. I mean, it is a slippery slope, and the money people at publishers, they have to have reins on whoever's making those sort of decisions, and make sure they're not overstep and respecting your customers. I think that's extremely important. I mean, I think that will decide even publishing deals. Like, say if you're an independent studio and you're like, you pitch an idea to Ubisoft or EA, and then one has a very aggressive ad campaign that you don't agree with, you may take the other publisher, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
So, it could be lost business from that perspective too. So, publishers got to be very, very, very careful, because I think everyone has a different investment, a different feeling on it. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on in. I know Yobi was trying to hop in, hop out,
Yeah,
all
he
that sort of
can't.
stuff. I know you're short
He's out.
staff, so
Yeah, I am, and that's fine. I mean, if you wanted to, because we got 3 more topics before we get out of here, but Yobi's having problems with his mic. But I mean, if you want to stick around, you can. If not, then that's cool too. But yeah, that's cool to give your expertise on that. But I want to jump on to the next topic, and that is the Xbox Series is outselling the 360 in the same amount of time. And do you think that this could be the best gen for Xbox? Now, before I go to, I'm gonna go to Rob's on this first because I know that she's just now got an Xbox. I think this is the first time, right? So, before I get her answer though, I do want to say this. Like, I personally do not, and I posted this today. I don't care about NPD sales. I don't care. I never cared. It's silly to me because I look at it like Coke and Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi guy, but that doesn't still stop me from drinking Coke. And when Pepsi was winning the Coke wars, I mean, did I care? Did the people who was drinking Coke, did they care that Pepsi was winning or vice versa? No. I mean, it's the same thing here. Like, I mean, when Xbox last gen had a couple of those NPDs when the Series S, when the Xbox One S came out, and they won, I think, 1 or 2 NPDs, there was Xbox gamers that were starting to talk shit. And I'm like, no. You know how this is going to play out. Why are y'all already capping? Let it go. It's not that serious. And so, of course, the inevitable happened, and then you still hear this. I don't care about this. Now, with topics like this, though, I feel that these are important because it shows the progression of what's going on within the console, like with people that could tout about PlayStation 4 being in contention to compete against the PlayStation 2. That's interesting. That's interesting talk right there. I don't mind. I think that type of talk is fascinating. Just like this is interesting talk. I don't care about what Xbox does by the end of this generation. They can sell 1 billion consoles and PlayStation can't sell another one. It still ain't going to stop me from getting a PlayStation 5. Now, again, I got another. Me and Don talked about some things. I'll probably make it a topic next week or something or whatever. But regarding PlayStation in the future, but it's still not going to stop me from getting a PlayStation 5, regardless if PlayStation sells or not, because that it's irrelevant. But this here, to me, is kind of seeming like, because 360 is probably the pinnacle of Xbox. In my opinion, I think everybody else on the panel would agree. So seeing that the S and the X series right now is ahead of it at this point, is that a good sign going forward for Xbox? What do you think, Robs?
I think it is a good sign when your newest console is outselling your most popular console. I think it was announced recently that the Switch was outselling the Wii.
Yeah.
And the Wii was a monster.
Was a monster that gen, yes.
Was a monster. So, like, to have your newest system like outselling your most, especially since y'all was buying like about 10 or 20 bitches during that generation.
I know. I bought what, 5 altogether? Yeah, so yeah. You ain't lying.
Y'all was when I heard y'all was like, and like UND was the only one. I'm like, y'all bought that many?
You talking about the 360. I thought you talking about the Xbox.
I'm talking about the 360. Not the Xbox.
That went through about 8 or 9 of them hoes. Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
The way y'all was, because I was looking through through Twitter and stuff, and they was talking about it too. I'm like, damn, y'all bought that many consoles?
Sure
I think I bought 2 PS. Is that because I sold Mass and like a year later, I'm like, you know what? I want my PS2 back. Let me get it back. Then bought another way, but shit, like it's a good thing, and I'm like I said, I'm rooting for everybody. Like, it don't matter to me what console you fuck with. Like, shit, I'm looking at all 3 right now in front of me. All 3 of my consoles in front of me. So, like, hell, I'm gonna turn on his Xbox and download this damn Outriders. So yeah, but in a minute. But yeah, it's good, and I hope they continue. I hope, like I said, I'm rooting for everybody, and I hope everybody everybody make their sales and hey, more for gamers here. Hopefully, gamers can get whatever console they set they want. That's
All
pretty
right.
much it.
All right. What about you, Ham Solo? What does this mean to you for hearing this news about the series uh, doing this well at this point in time?
Ooh, man, I'm gonna say something I said that similar earlier. And bruh. So like I don't really care about these numbers at all either, like you were saying earlier. I got one Xbox. I'm not, investing in Xbox or anything. I just bought a console and I enjoy it a lot. But with that being said, seeing all of these consoles being sold on there, supposedly, that gives me a lot of faith in this generation. It's just like, man, like I thought the 360 was, I mean, like even though the original Xbox will always be my like pride and joy kind of thing, I already knew the 360 like surpassed that, like easily surpassed that. So to see that this console, the Series X, is doing this good, even though, and this is the part that I find funny, the Xbox One had a better launch games wise, right?
Yeah.
So Xbox One had a better launch with games and whatnot, especially like I don't know, just being able to have some games to be able to play that were only on the Xbox One. Yes, we have Game Pass now, which is 100% a big help, but I just find it funny since I'm on Twitter all the time. I hear, Xbox has no games, but we're selling better than the 360.
Yes.
So I just find it more funny than I really do care about it, just because it just shows that a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about. They don't know how good something really is. And we haven't really got many first party games at all yet. So this is exciting. This is just, seeing those numbers makes me like really kind of proud that I own an Xbox, and I'm like, yeah, like keep going, because I already know I own a PS5 as well, and I already know they're going to be all right. They're fine. They're doing their thing. But to see this from Xbox after the Xbox One generation, where I was like just cringing, this is the kind of news you want to see.
No doubt. No doubt. I totally agree 100%. Don, what do you think?
About the trend of them doing well?
Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much, yeah. Because I know I just seen that you was back while Sleepy was saying that he's trying to turn you on to Korean dramas on Netflix.
Yeah, he knows what I'm into. He knows what I'm into. He knows my taste, man.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you can always count on that guy giving you good suggestions.
Yes.
But but that being said, I mean, good for Microsoft. I mean, this shows a lot of things, right? Like I've said this before this generation started, that I don't think either, like the major players, right, Sony and Microsoft, I didn't think that any of them really made any mistakes going into this generation. They know they have a history now, right? Like Sony's obviously been around the block a little bit longer than Microsoft, but not much longer than Microsoft, to be perfectly honest with you, right? So, Microsoft has had a lot of their growing pains. And so you have these companies with a lot of the things they've learned from previous generations and mistakes they've made, like they're just not repeating those on any front. And so overall, I mean, minus a virus, getting spread around the world, I mean, they did about as good as anyone could do in those situations. And so I think this also illustrates that, like, I've said this before, I don't think I don't think streaming will ever take away from physical hardware under your screen. Like there will always, I think that will always grow ever so slightly, right? From generation to generation. And this shows that, like, you have streaming now being a viable option for some gamers, and that's growing. And top of that, the hardware growth is growing on Xbox. So they're growing on all fronts. I mean, people don't count the streaming numbers, but they're part of it, right? So it's interesting. Microsoft's definitely growing as a platform. There's no doubt about it. So.
Yeah, no, it's a real positive thing. I mean, of course, you know, me being an Xbox guy, quote unquote, I guess Xbox fanboy. That's from whoever you I guess ask, but I'm like what Solo was saying. I'm proud because it was tough listening to people just badger a console that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the Xbox One. Like, I mean, I'm not going to play something I don't enjoy, right? Like, but you know, the messaging of what was going on at that time, you could tell it was all over the place. The lack of certain games that you got from the Xbox, from the OG Xbox to the 360, they weren't on the Xbox One, and that was a huge disappointment. Plus the fact that there was very few sequels except for Halo Gears. Well, not even Halo. It was just Gears and Forza. So
and their first party investments that generation were not the best, right? Like it's not their best effort. It was pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, because they had studios dropping, they were studios going their own way and whatnot. And so, you know, and I think they have momentum behind them. There's no doubt about it. In regards to that.
The second party just kind of put them in a bad spot.
But you know what's weird about this though? Like people always think of very polarizing things. Like, oh, if this is the hot thing, then the other thing must suck. That's not true. It wasn't true last generation. No. It's not true this generation, right? Like, okay, let's say Xbox has got the mind share. They finally crest over that thing. They're the talk of the town, right? Doesn't mean Sony ain't got it either. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they may have some highs and lows throughout this generation. There's no doubt about that. Every console does, but it doesn't make it so like, okay, this one's really good, so therefore other one sucks. No, it's just there's always, you know, there's always a top, there's always an alpha, and then, you know, and then there's somebody a little bit below that, right? Like just how it goes.
The real alpha is Nintendo.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
everybody wants to forget that.
I mean, no, that was my biggest point. They're not. Don, they are stronger than they've ever been. Well, I can't say ever.
No,
they're close. They're strong. They're selling so many consoles. They're going to outpace the Wii, and to me, I think the Switch is going to catch the PlayStation 2.
I think that's good for them, but the harsh reality is they don't have the third-party support that Sony and Microsoft do.
No, you're right.
And that's where the real money is. It's not in the hardware. We've all talked about this. And I don't think Nintendo's going away. I don't think they make a bad product, right? I just don't think they know how to survive through generation to generation like this. It's one of those people you can never count out, right? But But no. Sony and Microsoft definitely will rake in way more money than Nintendo just because of third-party support. That's what it really comes right down to, and that's just not a priority in Nintendo's business model. Even though they've gotten better at it, I think this generation than others. But
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, their first party's great, right? I mean, I don't think anyone would ever argue their first party isn't good games. I mean, they pioneered a lot of things in the past, and they still kind of continue to push whatever limits they want to do. But we'll see. We'll see what Nintendo's future is. What they're going to be planning.
Think they're just going to drop. They're just going to drop another Switch, and then they're going to just make it a 1440p. And maybe
you know what I want? I want a Switch that's not portable. I just want a box.
No, that's true. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I just want a box with a controller.
It's too popular.
Just the hardware, and they can easily drop the price of it without the screen.
Switch 2 is coming.
It's coming. They've been rumored for a couple of years, but a lot of people was disappointed with the OLED.
Oh, it's a lot closer than you guys think.
I'm with Don though. I want an actual, even if it connects to the Switch and that's its whatever.
Mhm.
Like, but I want something better than this silly ass sleeve they gave me
I know.
that has
I
a
do
few
too.
hookups in it.
No, I do too. As a console gamer, I want I want a 4K. I want to see their games, their beautiful games in 4K, and this is the reason why I got this TV and things like that. But the Nintendo fans, they go.
So
they
how much is a
support
Switch
them.
going for right now?
300. They don't drop the
300.
price.
300 and the
So,
OLED
so if you
is
dropped,
$349.
I'm being serious. So if you did one standalone controller, right? So not even the separate controllers, just one Pro controller or whatever, right? And you do a box, you can easily drop that hardware $100, and they would just kill. They would destroy.
They would leave it the same, or hell,
the
probably
same hardware, just a different package, right? And plug it in. They would destroy it. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they have that option in their back pocket, and I can see them doing that. And then what happens is they come up with the new Switch with a different, with a different screen or different processor and all that sort of stuff. But I have a feeling that new Switch is actually a lot closer than people realize. A lot closer.
Yeah,
No,
I could
I
probably
hope so. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I can see it
go
coming.
ahead. Okay.
I can see it coming. And me being a Nintendo fan, I also want like a dedicated box. Hell, it could be portable. I don't give a fuck. That's 4K that could be connected to the TV, because I primarily play my Switch on the TV, and I have a second Switch. I have a mini that I play, that I'll go outside, and if I'm going out, I'll take my mini with me. The light. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll take the light with me. But like I said, I would like to have, and that's why a lot of people were so upset too, that the OLED wasn't the Switch 2. Like, I went to Best Buy recently, me and my best friend, and we saw the OLED, and the screen looks gorgeous. The games look gorgeous on that screen, but I just wanted, like, I got a big ass 4K TV in my bedroom. I just want to be able to play, like, even the first party games, and some of the third party games. It looks gorgeous. Like I was playing Kirby. The game looks gorgeous. Like, if they add that 4K, it would be amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I want. I want them to do that. Like, I think everybody is in unison on this. It's just that we all know Nintendo, though. Nintendo just don't.
Yeah. Nintendo want to make their money, and they prefer they like to prefer that portability. Like,
Nintendo ain't worried about doing no 4K whatnot right now. They selling us cardboard, bruh.
Yeah. Like,
motherfuckers was paying like about $50-$60 for them damn cardboard things. I'm like,
and then you
gotta
put it together. It don't even come. It don't even come put together. You gotta do the work.
No.
They sold you some cardboard and said, "Here it is."
These are really thick origami is what they sold me, man.
Oh my god! Big shout out to Dirk Griggity. You know what I'm saying? I know that he was doing another podcast earlier today, because I was going to try to hit you up to see if you wanted to come on, because I knew it was going to be short, but I see that you was doing another podcast. But shout out to you coming through. He said K Mega is my light-skinned cousin from OKC. You know it, kinfolk. You know it. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you, fam. Man, go check them out. We Bleed Green. You know what I'm saying? That one of the hottest podcasts out there. You know what I'm saying? Go check them brothers out. But yeah, no, I Nintendo is Nintendo. But that's the one thing that was another point that I was going to bring up before we moved on was, you can't sell out Nintendo because of the fact the Wii was the best selling console at that time in that generation. But the Wii is in pawn shops, it's in closets, it's in storages. You know what I'm saying? The Wii ain't been talked about. No, man. 360 was that life. The PlayStation 3 was when the PlayStation 3 first came out, regardless of the price, that was a beast because you had backwards compatibility. That was a badass console. But that price, Jack, and then it didn't have the games like that the 360 was pumping out, and then the 360 was affordable, plus it was high tech. You really felt that was the first time that I ever felt like I had something like a computer in, under my television. Like that was wild. Like,
well, it's because they had 3 Dyson fans on the back of it. So I mean,
well, true. But no, but I'm talking about the updates and stuff like that. I never experienced that before. Like that blew my mind when I said, what is my Xbox doing? I said, man, I hope this ain't this Red Ring of Death shit again. And then it was updating. I said, dating. And then boom, 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 then the screen changed, and then you've seen advertisements for the first. And I'm like, what is going on? 360 was such an amazing console. So
it pioneered a lot of stuff and more that we have today, and that's great. I mean, I think as I said, I don't think even Nintendo is like, I criticize Nintendo, like there's certain things I wish they would do differently, but name an honest, real mistake these platform providers have done. You'd be really hard pressed to do that, right? Like what major mistake did they do at launch? None of them have done one, right? They've all done the best they could and learned from their mistakes. They're not repeating things.
Xbox One just came out with such a fantastic lineup, because I mean, you look at what they came out with, and then Titanfall was right behind it. You was like, oh, wow, fine, okay. And then I was cool with the Kinect, even though I was debating the price, because we just got out of a recession. My money was funny because our job we wasn't getting the hours that they was cutting our hours, but I was like, I got to buy another one for my son. Like, Jesus. But that 400 was looking real sweet. But I was like, nah, man, that Killer Instinct just changed the game for me. But then the Kinect, once I seen the picture-in-picture, and then I could watch the sports games while I'm playing the game. Oh my God, bro, baby. Snap! Oh my God! But then the further and further you start going along, though, you start seeing the problems within having that Windows 8 OS, and you couldn't chat with your people on 360, and then of course it went into that situation, because right after Quantum Break landed, it seemed like all hell broke loose for everything was going downhill. I would say personally maybe Halo 5, because Halo 5 I think came a little bit after Quantum Break, or Quantum Break came out after Halo 5. I can't remember. One of the two, but it was close. They weren't that far apart.
I mean, Halo 5 was definitely part of that dog pile of, and what was cool to hate on.
Right, loved it. You know what I'm saying? Black protagonist. You can't tell me nothing about #SaveLock. But but then after that, there was just that gap. And then when they started showing all these other games, and then Crackdown, and then Scalebound, and then all the rest, I mean, we talked about it a million times. I mean, you'll still probably go listen to a PlayStation channel, and they'll still talk about that era. So I don't need to beat a dead horse, but yeah, it's just a really good.
I mean, name a mistake this generation for many of them. Can anyone do that?
No. Well, I mean, misinformation, but of course, I mean, but that's all corporate businesses. So,
and I'm just saying, like these companies have done a really good job of launching their hardware this generation. This is what I'm getting at. Like
the only setback I would say is Halo Infinite. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's software issues.
Yeah, that's a software issue.
Software leadership.
Yeah, no, but both consoles.
The only hardware issue I noticed at all was just the sleep mode for
PlayStation.
For PlayStation, like that whole issue or whatnot. But as for like. Yeah. I mean, I mean
that's minor though. Like that fixes it, right? Like it's not like a perpetual problem that lasts half the generation. You know what I mean? So they're all.
Is that completely fixed now, or like is that?
I don't know. I don't own that particular piece of hardware right now. So
because I'm curious, because I haven't heard really a whole lot about it, but I've heard plenty of people say, "Oh, I use it all the time," but that don't make me, want to do it.
No, because I still see people today. I've seen people this week that was talking about, man, I don't know if I want to use that rest mode. And these are just regular PlayStation fans. They're not, trying to cap just to talk good. They were just like, nah, I'm not taking no chances. Because I think the question was, somebody said, "Oh man, I ain't afraid of using the rest mode. I do it all the time." And then there was people that was in that chat that was like, "Shit, nah, I just cut it off, Jack. I just cut it on off."
Right. It ain't
So,
even worth it.
it ain't even
I
worth
ain't
taking
trying
that chance.
not,
So,
Yeah, I
not to
use
look
rest mode.
cool.
I don't have any issues.
yeah, if you love your console, you want to keep and hold on to your console. You don't want to send that bad boy to get fixed. So, no, I'm gonna go the opposite direction. So, all right, but let's move
It's
on,
no
man.
big boot up these consoles anyways. It's not like they boot up slowly either.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, so all right, let's talk about Don, yeah, you caught the DLC discussion. You say we talked about it a little bit, so I guess I'll go to you first here, so you can just give a little tidbit of what you think. We talked about it with
Oh, this is the David Jaffe situation?
Yeah, the David Jaffe situation. What I don't know, man. I said this on Next last night, and to me it was like, if anybody should have the right to say something about God of War, it is David Jaffe, in my opinion. Like, I mean, David Jaffe made God of War. PlayStation gamers wouldn't be talking about God of War if it wasn't for David Jaffe and for the people who helped make and write and produce that game. Like,
Yeah, he's
period.
more of a position of authority than
Right.
most people.
So
right?
if he wanted to just dog the game out, he has every right to say it, because he's made 4 of them. So, but he didn't even dog out the game. And to me, with the whole content creators out there that's going crazy and got mad because he said that it looks like a DLC. I understood exactly what he was saying when you look at the difference between Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn. There's significant difference with graphics. You don't see that, and you don't see that with God of War Ragnarok. But that doesn't mean that the game is still not going to be great. It's not going to be fantastic. I just didn't like the whole fact of where people yelling at other people and then trying to make it out like, oh, you punked this dude, you put him in his place. These are grown adults talking to other adults, and I just don't understand why it has to go to these levels, because you have a person that come on as a guest and you get to talk to him and ask him what you felt was right or wrong, and and what his opinion, and you can disagree with his opinion, but the whole disrespect behind something so tiny by him just saying a game is DLC. I don't know. Don, what do you think about that? Like, I don't know. I think that's crazy.
I don't know. He kind of said the quiet thing out loud, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were kind of thinking it, but no one really was saying it out loud, and no one really has the levity as much as him as when he says it, right? But I guarantee you, if he was talking to Sony Santa Monica and they would ask what his opinion was, he would have said the same thing,
right,
to their face, and they wouldn't have looked at it disrespectfully. They'd be like, okay, because there's a lot of internal debates in studios all the time, right? In regards to that, so. And they even joked around with the update with God of War, because they did kind of like a little update on the 20th, and basically just saying, hey, we're tightening up the graphics. They were joking around about it, right? So I mean, they know to some degree that there's not enough of a deficit between the two. I mean, we've talked about last Gears of War, like High Busters is significantly an improvement over the base game, right? And
yes.
that's DLC of all things, right?
Right.
And so, what it looks like to me, if you show me 2 pictures of both those games, and if you ask the average gamer, are these the same game? Most people will probably just say yes, not knowing that one was the sequel. And that's just kind of the harsh reality. I'm sure there's some small improvements, but they're just not overly obvious as it currently stands right now. And then hopefully they'll do some improvements before the game launches in regards to that. And honestly, and I've said this before, I said it, I think it looks like DLC behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, you said that before.
Before, I'm just waiting for everyone to get mad at Jaffe before I can say it out loud.
Right. Yeah.
That's my secret. That I'm just gonna wait for him to say it first. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. Like, people are gonna have difference of opinions. Just let them have it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you know, if you can just let it happen, maybe you can find a friend afterwards or somebody you can something else you can relate them to. Like, you have an opportunity to talk to a developer, and that's how you waste it for internet brownie points. Like, do you want to talk to other developers? What do you want to do? Like, you know, as a creative mind out there, like, you have these opportunities. Don't piss them away just to, and, you know, it doesn't mean you have to, like, you know, kiss ass or anything like that either. You gotta just handle yourselves in a professional manner. I mean, that's just what it comes right down to it. And it wasn't professional on their part, and they've really squandered a real opportunity for them to grow. I mean, that's the harsh reality. So.
No, they'll grow the opposite. I mean, they'll be looked at within the industry in a different way, but, you know, their success will most likely probably just be about, you know, just being controversial.
I can have a mole grow. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, right? So
that's right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So. But all right, Sir X-Men, you in here? All right, everybody, it's time to go. No, I'm playing.
Damn.
Yours. I was gonna be nice to you today.
You ain't never nice to me, sucker. Anyway,
yeah, he's too old to be nice. Don't believe him.
He is never nice to me.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Sir X-Man? How was work?
Oh, peachy. I got that. I got that new shift. I had the seniority. I knew I was going to get it. So I'll be able to be here at 8 o'clock.
Shit. You know what, Robs? You in trouble. You and D are in trouble.
Yeah, girl. You in trouble.
See? All right. I told you.
Oh my God. You walk right into this shit.
Yeah, he did. You know, he just don't know when to stop, does he?
No, he knew what he was doing.
I knew what I was doing.
I know, right?
Ham Solo. What do you think, man, about this whole situation with the DLC controversy, man? What the hell is going on, man?
Man. So, if I remember right, they said that this was supposed to be a DLC, but it expanded to be its own game. Am I wrong?
Nope, you're not wrong.
I haven't heard of that, but is that what it officially started as?
Yeah, same with Miles Morales.
No, it makes sense why the similar assets, similar shaders, a lot of similarity. That's interesting. It's the first time I heard of it, though.
No, but they did say that. I do remember them bringing that up.
So my whole thing is like, okay, they said that the game only had like one real showing. Am I right? And it was short.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and
about a minute or so.
Little teaser.
Yeah.
Right. So, and when I looked at it, I was like, you know, when I was looking at it, I was like, you know, that really reminds me a lot of what I just got done playing, because I literally had just beat God of War 2018 for the first time like a month before that had happened, I believe. So I was thinking to myself, you know, that looks sort of like, I was thinking that, you know, that looked sort of like, you know, kind of like a DLC myself. I mean, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but at the same time, like, what's wrong with just having your own opinion and saying that? Ain't nothing wrong with just saying what you got to say. And like, you know, they're still working on the game. It could come out looking better and, you know, play a lot differently. But based on what we seen in that 1 minute segment or whatever you want to call it, it looked very similar to the last one. And like I said, they said that it was supposed to be DLC, but it got too big. So I just don't understand. Maybe you can help me, K-Mega. I don't understand it. Like, what's wrong with him saying that?
Nothing. What they're saying, what their whole point was that Jaffe has been disrespectful towards PlayStation for a very long time.
He's been divisive. I'll give him that. He's been divisive.
He's been divisive, but this is the problem, and I think a lot of people know about, regardless if they support these type of people or not. everybody knows that these people will take certain things and they'll change it and they'll make it for a really crazy narrative and use it as spin. And that's exactly so they did what they would do to Xbox content creators out there or Nintendo content creators, and they'll take one certain thing that they'll say in a video or in a podcast or whatever, and then they'll address that one certain thing, and then they'll make people believe that this is what they're doing, and they're negative about the platform that they love. And so that's why dude was going off and saying, man, you always disrespected PlayStation, you this and that, and blah, blah, blah.
People exaggerate a situation.
Yeah, they exaggerate the situation. And I get it. It's this TMZ reality show type ish, and I'm not into it, but there's a lot of people that are. And to me, it's like it's controversy sells, and trying to have and always having a villain sells as well.
Well, okay, Megan, one thing I just wanted to bring up is these are the same suspects that call Horizon, Forza Horizon 5 DLC, Halo's DLC, like everything's DLC. But once the creator of God of War comes to them and says, "Yo, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It looks cool, but it looks like a continuation, more of the same."
Weird. So like both things could be
DLC.
True, right?
And
it's not disrespectful, even though he did kind of screw himself up a little bit, because he told them, because I listened to a good portion of that episode, he told them, if I was a developer and I heard somebody call my game that's coming out a DLC, I'd feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. But then he said something like, it isn't really my problem to deal with what the general public are thinking when I'm in the middle of building a game, though. So I can say what I want to say is what I pretty much remember Jaffe saying to them. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, what he's saying isn't bad, but like what you're pretty much saying is you needed somebody to say it so smooth that you didn't even realize what they were saying. And I feel like this is kind of a thing that's kind of going on in not just, gaming, but the world, where you just have to water down a lot of things just to tell the truth.
Right.
And it kind of sucks because nobody can really just come out and say what they got to say
without somebody. Right. No. And you're absolutely right. See, it's funny that people will take, people will take a plenty of L's, but no, this every time when somebody has to say something, you notice that people always try to justify themselves more than once, because they know if you just say what you say and justify what you say just one time, then that still will be pointed out as a narrative of being disrespectful. There'll always be somebody that will look at what you say in a negative, regardless of it. So even when you keep saying, "Look, I am being hard on PlayStation, but I love PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation owner. I support this console. I support this company." They don't ever hear that. They only hear that what they want to hear for bullshit ass narratives. And that to me is the worst. Let me read the super chat and then we'll go to Rob's and hear what she has to say. Let's see. Dragonheart Yobi, he said, I said the same thing, Don. It was a missed opportunity to grow and to gain knowledge and get into the upper echelon of this industry. People like them won't grow while people like us will flourish. And look, you're totally right. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, somebody could look at, well, Mega, you ain't hitting dealers' numbers or something. Man, I've been doing this shit for a while, and my channel keeps going up. Like, no, I mean, it don't go up rapidly. But
not about the numbers, it's about the content.
Yeah, it's about the content. And on top of that, like, I'm just saying, I don't put out as much content. I said that in my video earlier this week. I should be losing subs. I should be way down. I barely put out content, and it's a blessing. Thanks to you guys. I cherish every follower I got on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. Man, I gained 3 more followers on Twitch, and I ain't put content out in a couple of weeks, except for last Sunday. So I'm like I'm saying, like it's a different way of how the situation works. So yeah, there's some people that's gonna blow up and get to where they want to be a hell of a lot quicker, and there's other people that's got to grind and grind and grind and grind, and then they'll finally get there. But at the end of the day, when you do get up there, how are you going to be looked at? No. But when you do, don't be big headed. Don't forget the people that got to help get you there. But also, don't. What are the people that are saying, okay, now you up here? Oh, I remember all the bullshit that you were saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, so the people that you're trying to get to talk to, but those people,
it comes back to haunt you.
It'll come back to haunt you, right? Because you burned too many bridges. So that's it. Again. But Robs, what do you think about this whole DLC situation, man?
So I saw some of the clips that you posted.
Mm-hmm.
I think it happened like last week. Was this an interview?
Yeah, it was just a podcast. I mean, Jaffe goes on people's podcasts all the time. Like, he's not afraid to jump in on some rowdy podcasts and chop it up with some people. But this was the first time that I seen somebody go after him that way. Like, that was nuts. So yeah.
I wish y'all had the same energy when he said that bullshit on Twitter, but whatever.
No, he was like that.
Yeah, it was like, that seems to be mad corny. Like, when I watch the videos, I'm like, why is you going? What did he do? Like, what did he say for y'all to go in so hard?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is it like like killing minorities for the trophy thing? And then when you guys mentioned it was like it was about God of War and the DLC, I'm like, y'all went hard like that for that bullshit? That didn't make any sense to me. Like, what the hell was that? Like, and like you said, it really wasn't professional. Like, he granted, I don't really take Jeffrey seriously, especially after that bullshit that he said on Twitter. But
which bullshit was that?
What stuff?
That was
the minorities thing. Where the LGBTQ.
The minorities.
Okay, so what he said was he was asking a question, and this is one of those things where I said he was thinking out loud for a game idea, and it just didn't come out right at all. It was pretty fucked up. But he said to the point of like, okay, what if you could get trophies for it's like, added content
for going into a black club and just killing all.
He didn't say a black. He didn't say a black club. He said
pretty much it was going into a minority club and going there on a killing spree.
Yeah, and if you kill LGBTQ and minorities and things like that, and you got trophies, would you play?
He was specific.
Yeah,
he said blacks,
he put it,
blacks, LGBTQ, other minorities for a trophy.
Right.
And people did light into him, because like people did light into him, and what's really bad about it, he was like doubling down, and it was like on the anniversary of Pulse. That's what really pissed me off. Like, this happens for real, and like, you want to make a game, want to make a point in the game that happens in real.
It wasn't a game. It was just it
was like a poll. He was just asking a question.
Yeah, he was asking a question. But it was out of
I find that way out of line. But see, and I don't play the God. I don't play the God.
Sounds like he just needs more cultural friends.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you don't say shit like that if you have a good mix of friends, right? Like, you don't say shit like that.
Right.
You don't have no filter whatsoever if you say shit like that when he has that privilege to say shit like that. But anyway, but like that, watching those clips, those dudes was mad corny, and like that was like really corny. Like, you going into this dude for what? Like, Like, I would think that would probably be the reason you go in, but like you going in because he said it looked like DLC, or he heard it was DLC, and they expanded it, and that's what basically what majority of us heard, that it was supposed to be and I think I heard of that, but I had forgot about it, that it was supposed to be DLC, but they just expanded it and made it into another game for the PS4, PS5. So, like, just what a majority of us heard. Like, why is you mad about that? And he praised the game, because I saw clips of him praising the game too, like, and praising other PS first party games. Like he has his opinions. He's entitled to his opinion, especially since it's a game that he fucking created. Like, he didn't create the Santa Monica games, but he created those initial games. Like, he has that right to provide
his franchise, is what you're saying.
He was like he has that right to provide his opinion.
He was the
like
creator.
everybody has their opinion. Shit, like I said, I don't play the games. I never played the God of War games.
What?
But like everybody, yes.
What?
Yes.
She's a Nintendo fan. She God of War might not be.
No, like, see, God of War was kind of like, see, you know, I'm squeamish, and
right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like God of War was kind of wild for me to be playing. So
God of War 1, 2, and 3 were amazing.
But she didn't want to see all that blood and guts and you know, and Rob's is
I know Rob's is she's an
yeah.
RPG person. I know
she's an RPG person. She calls herself a weed. Yeah, so I don't, you know.
She's an original Zelda fan, I bet.
Yeah, so.
Who, me? Oh, no, I don't fuck with Zelda.
What?
I try to get into Zelda, but I'm like,
all right, let's stay on topic. This is when we start going left and we go way further.
Leaks part of a boy band.
Sir X-Man is always
y'all was going left for a minute, bro.
Sir X-Man is always the start of it.
I heard you talking that trash.
I want to get out of here at a decent time. All right, so
yeah, you know I want to go to sleep.
Are you drinking that goose right now?
No, I'm drinking. I'm drinking
Sprite.
All
right, we might get out here at a decent time. Then.
Yeah. All right, so Rob, are you done, or you still want to get somewhere you got to say?
Yeah. I'm done. You go ahead.
All right, so Sir X-Man, it's your turn. We ain't talking about.
Ask me the question.
We ain't talking about split second.
Just
we ain't talking about an old
ask me the damn question.
Oh, damn.
I ain't playing in your world tonight.
It's going down. Oh. Okay, anyway. So, all right. So, so I know you've heard about the whole DLC situation. What is your initial?
Vaguely.
Okay. So, basically, long story, very short.
It's the God of War DLC.
It's the God of War DLC thing. David Jaffe said that the game looked like DLC. Mostly everybody says that this game graphically doesn't look spectacular, like compared to when you look at Horizon Forbidden West compared to Horizon Dawn. But the game still looks good. But again, David Jaffe is the creator of this game. He should have the right to say whatever he wants to. And besides that, it's an opinion, and you should respect it. But there's people that asked him to come to it on their podcast. He gets on there and he gets yelled at, cussed at, disrespected because he has this opinion. Your thoughts?
He's the creator. It's his objective right to say what he thinks. And that's the truth. It's like if Don made a game, and well, he is, but you know what I'm saying. Right. If he made a game and say somebody else bought the rights to the game and somebody else started making it, he's the original creator of the game. He has the right to have an objective opinion about where he thinks his original game is going. It's the creator. It's his choice. It's his right to say what he needs to say. That's it, and that's the truth. Anybody wants to complain about it, it's the truth. You go out there and make a game and have somebody take over your game and everything and see how you feel about how they're doing with the games. That's it.
No. I mean, it's no different than anything else out there. It's like when people compare to sports with, like, who's the best?
We ain't going there.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, Kareem or Michael Jordan or LeBron.
Michael Jordan.
And all that stuff. See, but, or Magic or Bird, whatever. The point of the matter is that people... but everybody has... He's not even in a playoff.
I can't believe you even went there.
I would have seen your reaction. That's what I'm saying.
LeBron.
Anyway,
that's because that's your generation.
Oh, she's joking. She's from Chicago, so she's gonna say
I'm
Jordan.
from Chicago. You're supposed to say Jordan.
Okay, I'm gonna say Kareem because that's my grandma gave me my name Kareem from.
Oh God, here we go with
Cinder,
that
baby.
name.
Let's go. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, no, it's Jordan. But yeah, I'm finna get ready.
Oh, she on right now?
Who?
Oh, never mind. I'll talk to you about that later.
What the hell?
You said Outlander. You know who I'm thinking about, right? MSNBC.
Oh, no. That's it.
Sir X was the only person I know is on his front porch whittling some wood doing a podcast.
Oh, my God. That's exactly what it is. You know what? He's one of them country boys that sit there and use those little things.
I am not fucking country. Don't you ever insult me like that again.
Anyway,
after the podcast, he's going to be playing the mouth organ.
Exactly. That's it. Okay, all right. There it is. All right.
Well, when you say mouth organ, I think of something else, Darn, but we ain't doing that.
Oh, shit. Last topic before it goes to left. You know what I'm saying? Ham Solo got children, ladies and gentlemen. He got children. Oh, man. I know. But anyway. Okay, so Sega is releasing a big budget Jet Set Radio and Crazy Tacky. It's Crazy Tacky.
Crazy Tacky. Oh, my
wow. That sounds like a hot-ass game, Crazy Tacky. Anyway, the Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Tacky on the strip pole.
See? There you go. All right. Crazy Taxi. It's you know what? You knew that was going to happen. It's after 10 o'clock. This man, he turns into a gremlin after 10 o'clock. And you always want to pop in at 10 o'clock or 11, wherever you are. He's a gremlin. That's what he does. All right. So here we go. He says, so my question is, what else do you think Sega has coming going forward? And me and Don, we talked about this on Devin the Gamer, and Don shot me something that blew my mind, which I didn't even think about. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So let me go to let's see. I'm gonna go back to you, Sir X, man. So, all right, this is up in your wheelhouse. We got Crazy Taxi coming. We got Jet Set Radio. They're gonna be big budget. They're part of these super. No, they're going to be super games. They're individually going to be made, and they're going to be big budget. So, what else do you think Sega will bring to the table with these big super games that's supposed to be coming? Or I should say, what game is that you want? People in the chat, please let me know what you want Sega to bring.
USA. Probably a Daytona USA.
That's it? Daytona USA, big budget?
I said probably. Daytona USA used to be hot, dude.
Yeah, but that's it? What I mean,
probably bring back Sega
Sir X knows how to turn left. He loves those games.
Sega Rally, but they're remaking old games, so come on now.
Right. Okay.
They'll probably bring back Sega Rally. They'll probably bring back a lot of their fighting games, that they used to have. Like, what was that one I used to love that I have now? The Fight for Bilstein that they made. Star Gladiator.
Star Gladiator? Yeah.
Yeah. They could bring that back.
That's a Capcom game.
Let me look at the disc.
That's a Capcom game.
I got the disc. Let me look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Star Gladiator is Capcom.
But it was only on Dreamcast though.
Yes.
So and that's Sega. So
right.
Capcom might have made it, but I think Dreamcast has the right to the game. So they could.
I don't know about that.
It's like a game, so Sony might have bought like a developer that we used to have, but we have the right to the game. There's a few games like that. So if they have that, they could bring that back. I'll have to check and see who has the rights to the game later.
Capcom has the rights to go Star Gladiator.
Oh, I know you'd love to have that back.
I would. So again, a Sega game though. A Sega game. Give me a Sega. So you said Daytona.
There's a lot, but there's not.
I'm talking about what you
Other than
want.
Crazy Taxi and the ones that they say, they have stuff, but it's not as big as the games that they're bringing back now. That's the truth.
Oh, I think there's plenty of bigger games out there, but
let me Google it and see what they have.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'm gonna mute. Go ahead and let somebody else roll through it.
All right. Okay, let's go to you, Robs. What? Okay, so I should say, what do you think about this news about the 2 super games with Jet Set Radio? Did you ever get a chance to play that or Crazy Taxi? What did you think? What do you think about that? Those games coming back and being big budget. I don't know personally. Like Don said that the other day. Like I can't see Crazy Taxi. What can you do with Crazy Taxi to make it big budget? But still, that's still dope that they're coming. And what Sega game would you want to be included to be a super game to come out? Like, because it obviously looks like they're going to be a lot of remasters.
I didn't play Jet Set, but I played Crazy Taxi.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay good money if they get rid of that Offspring song.
If they get rid of what?
That Offspring song.
The soundtrack.
Like, yeah.
Oh no!
That is the cut. What are you talking about?
No.
I used to work in a movie theater, and we had Crazy Taxi,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Lord.
fucking song would play 150 times a fucking day, and it irritated the fuck out of me. All I heard was yeah. I like Offspring. Good man. That fucking song got on my nerves.
That's my jam, no.
That shit. I would wake up to that shit. I'm like,
and that's one game. The original Crazy Taxi is one game that had advertising in it. They have KFC and a whole bunch of different places.
I want some chicken.
Oh my God! Can we stay on topic?
We are. I just
So what super game from Sega? What game from Sega would you want to come back?
I'm
We're
trying
gonna
to
have the
see,
super game
'cause
budget.
I'm looking at
they made Astro Boy.
That ain't something that you want, Sir X Man. I know better.
I like Astro Boy.
He wants that Seaman game.
He wants that Seaman game. That's probably what he wants.
I don't
bring
want
back
that.
Shenmue and finish it right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
You know,
Bring back
Yeah,
Shenmue and
Shenmue.
finish it right. Damn it.
they did have there is a rumor out there that they're going to be that somebody is trying to bring Shenmue 4 out, but they're trying to get a publisher to buy in on it. I read that last week actually.
Oh, that
And also bring back Sega Sports.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
I know.
That ain't gonna happen. That's it.
Mickey's Castle of Illusions. That would be good.
Man, would you pick a game that you would pick? You saying Mickey's Illusion? You ain't playing no damn Mickey's
That
Illusion.
game was fun. I actually played that.
It was fun, but it wasn't a game that you want. Why are you calling out games that you don't want?
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. That a lot of these games, like you really don't. You know what I'm think would come back. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people never heard of those games. They're sending back. We're remaking the ones that we know about. You know, but a lot of these games, a lot of people don't know about.
But that wasn't the question that I asked.
Oh, I'd bring back a Mickey's Illusion.
Okay, so Mickey's Illusion. That out of all the Sega games out there, Mickey's Illusion is. Okay, I'm not even going. Okay. Mickey's Illusion.
Hey man, you give him an invite, you're gonna get that, man.
I did.
I
I got to roll with it. So I'm going final answer. So is it Mickey's Illusion or because you're looking at the list, Sir X Man? So
I'd rather have that. There's not much here, dude. I'm being honest.
Oh, bro, there's so many Sega titles out there.
Yeah, it's so many. I'm like, I don't know what to choose from.
Yeah,
like they got like 100 Sonics. They got
mostly arcade games.
Yeah,
most of their stuff is in the arcade. Yeah,
I mean that you can have an arcade game and make it into a super game. They
can bring back Outrun. That'd be good.
That's another racing game that they could do. Yeah, Outrun.
Probably bring like a dedicated Fantasy Star
That would be awesome.
RPG.
Well, they do got Fantasy Star. They got
yeah, it's still up and running. Fantasy Star.
They got
Well,
Fantasy
that's
Star.
like that's Fantasy Star online.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're talking about
like
yeah, you want to get a single player RPG.
yeah,
Yeah,
dedicated.
you know she wants her RPGs, bro.
So okay, I got you. All right, what about you, Ham Solo? What is
Toe Jam and Earl, Sega
Yes, sir.
GT.
Alter Beast.
I mean, let's go, right?
Yeah.
they got a lot of good old games. Shinobi, like that.
Yeah, I
would be
just
cool.
saw that on the
Yeah,
list.
now we talking. Now we
Yeah.
talking. Now we talking. Shinobi.
So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean that's
Toe Jam and Earl.
that's some dope ass games right there. But as for like you're talking, you want me to speak on this specific subject that you brought up, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm nervous because I really enjoyed Crazy Taxi, as arcadey as it was, and I probably only played it like a couple hours at a time. You know, I didn't sit down and play it like I play action adventure or RPG or anything like that. It was very arcadey. But Jet Set Radio and Jet Grind Radio back in the day, I got in on those games and I loved them. I thought they were really fun. From what when I looked at the article, it made me nervous because I just don't like hearing. I'm sorry, you guys. Just a moment.
No. He's about to beat some ass. Oh, I thought you were
all right.
I'm
closing my door. I'm closing my door because
You're gonna slide one over me. I told you to hush your.
Hey,
You know what? Let me mute myself right quick.
Let me move myself right here. I'm about to turn.
No, we good. I just had to. My lady is trying to. My lady and her stayed up kind of late because my lady works through the weekend, so they play a little bit. A little later than we usually go, but
it is okay, man. It is all right. We totally get it, man. You know what I'm saying? I my kids are old now, so I don't have to worry about that. But you know that's.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Totally know.
I got one for you, K Mega. You'd love this.
What? You're just gonna interrupt this man while he's talking?
Because I want to tell Hans about this too. Fighting Vipers.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you looking down the list too, ain't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't remember all these games, man.
I know, right?
So I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. I can have it all off the top of my head.
That game was hot.
What games do they got that I played on?
Thank you. See, I told you I wasn't the only one. K Mega.
All right. So what was you afraid of though, Solo?
All right, so
Kids.
I really don't like it when something says they're coming out with something new, but they want to replicate yada 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 yada. I don't like that. So when I heard Fortnite and BR throughout the article multiple times, it turned me off. It was just like, all right, so this sounds like a cash grab and doesn't sound like it's going to be as rooted as those games were before. It's going to be like something totally different, and they're going to just try to kind of sell their likeness possibly more than the actual game that I grew up to know and love to play. So I'm a little worried about it, but I mean, I could be wrong, and I'd be happy to be wrong. Please prove me wrong and make a dope game that I want to play, even if it is BR, but I'd rather it just once people mention Fortnite when they're bringing up their game, I'm turned off.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you're looking at battle royale type of. Yeah, that part is true. It does make me nervous, and of course, you hear about the NFTs. People speculating about that too, but that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, no, okay. But Shinobi was a really good one. That would be a fantastic game to come back.
Well, this is one that Sega that you talked about in the DMs when we were looking. House of Dead coming back because you know they got light guns that work with newer TV. So if they package it with the light guns for the console and stuff like that,
they're not going to package no light guns, but
they do have light guns. That
yeah,
work
I'll be all over it. I will get House of the Dead. You know how much.
This last House of the Dead wasn't received very well.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to play it. I just want to so bad.
It looks fun.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's all about.
Without a gun. It's not.
And you know how some of these reviewers are. They want everything to be a compelling, deep story. I don't give two shits. I want to see some zombies. I want to see a corny person going, "Oh my God, save me!" And I just want to blow the zombie away. That's it. That's it.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what. You know what I'm saying? That's House of the Dead. Yeah, I love it.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you go to that little corridor, and he's like, "Oh shit, shoot!"
Right. So, all right, Don.
Ooh, remember Hang On?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Hang On, and I saw
really game to come back.
it was
That would
two
be
more
cool.
down.
I don't know how it would be received going now because that's a really old game and it's kind of odd. So how would they bring that, and then make it a super game? I don't know.
They could do Afterburner and Space Harrier again.
Yeah,
With this generation, that would be sick. But here's one for you. I know you'd love back.
Can I go to Don?
Fighter.
So
you can go to Don, but a new virtual fighter for you.
Let him get it out of the system.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love you, Don. It Mega be messy.
And this guy's looking. Let this guy go through his 32X collection.
But hold it. I'm done after this one because this one I would love to have a remaster and a remake.
Okay, so this is actually yours.
This is the last one for me.
Okay.
Die Hard Arcade. Bring that back.
They're not going to bring back Die Hard Arcade.
I'm just saying they published the game. It's in their thing. I would love to. Why you asked me what I want for
you're right.
to remake.
I'm wrong about that. Yeah, I did.
Is that the game where you run a bunch of people over with the taxi?
No,
the bazooka.
The first one,
was the hottest weapon, boy.
The first one, you're in the building and you got to get out. Then the second part of it, you were in the taxi running around with Samuel Jackson, and you heard him talking shit while you were driving. And then the other one was the airport one and stuff like that. But you had to have it had a light gun attachment for it, or you could use the controller. Yeah,
that's great.
So you want games would bring back the light gun, which
it's not about the light gun, but Die Hard Arcade.
But that's what that was. That was a light gun.
No,
game.
the whole game wasn't light gun. Just the last one.
When you're driving that taxi around, you were using the controller.
Fun, wasn't it?
It was crazy. You're just running over everything, trying to get all these points.
I only played the arcade version of it. So
if you don't get it in time, the entire world blows up. It's like a nuclear bomb goes off.
I never played. Only played the arcade version.
The trilogy was awesome, dude.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You got a you get a Dreamcast again. Order it, man. Order that game.
So
it was on It was on the OG PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Dreamcast handled it better.
Shit, Don. What is?
Don, you do it, baby.
What's up, K-Mega, formerly known as the host of GRG?
I don't even. Yeah, I know. Sir X-Man took over as host, man.
I'm gonna get a stop clock for K-Mega, and then just hit when he talking, and then stop, and then hit when he talking. Then I'm gonna tell him the time at the end of the show.
Oh my God! What up, Transformer Gaming?
K-Mega need that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, K-Mega.
I'm just trying as hard as I can, ladies and gentlemen.
K-Mega need that button from
I need my sound effect. I need my sound effects back. So I need. You know what I do? I do got that. I need to put that on there. Where the hell is this?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, where is that at?
You need to wrap that shit up, B.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up, but I don't have the sound effect with it because I did add. Oh no! See, I gotta have it with the sound effect. Damn it, it won't work.
You'll figure it out, dude.
I will. Well, I gotta wait for this. Anyway, I'm going left. Okay, fuck it. Let me say what's up to people in the chat and then get to Don. Transformers Gaming. I really appreciate all the positive stuff you say, man. What's happening with you, brother? Appreciate it. Of course, baby, Dragonheart Yobi. Callie, that game that you seen with the fighting, with the sheep and the cow, that's called Fighting Herds. That's you could. I got it on PC, but I don't think it's on anything else but PC. It might be on PlayStation, but I got it on PC. So that the gameplay that you seen was me playing on PC. So that's it right there. Okay.
Is it on Steam, K-Mega?
Yes, on Steam, and Epic Store. Yes, so
all right, cool.
You can get that.
I'll copy.
And also I'm reading a couple of these. Virtual Fighter. Primal Rage, I believe that was Capcom. I do not believe that was Sega. I think he said Eternals, and so you know what? That's That's mine right there. Eternal Champions. Yes, that's the one.
Armageddon. Oh shit! You went back.
King in the Ring. Cool. Skies of Arcadia, which would be fantastic. That's right there where Rob's what you want. Sakura, I think that's how you say that. And Echo the Dolphin. Yeah. And then that's what you call it. But okay, so Don, what do you think, man?
Golden Axe.
That's it.
Yes,
okay. He's been holding
I
on
was
to
looking
it.
at Golden Axe.
Golden Axe would be.
And ought to be, right, Don?
And Yobi said, sorry, X-Men, stop talking and take your old ass to sleep.
I'm not. I know what Yobi said. Up yours, Yobi. At least I can get in the room without a problem.
For a second, I thought Yobi super chatted that.
Damn.
He paid money to tell you that. Damn. No, he did.
He did.
Love you, Yobi.
But what was you gonna say now?
No, Golden Axe. Do it. Could do it like the game in the style of like maybe like they did with God of War 3, but with 3-player co-op.
That would be sick. I was just thinking that. That would be so sick.
Yeah, like kind of like the old school, like like the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Conan sort of era. Like theme it like that, and I don't know. I think that'd be something that's just not explored very much right now, and it would stand out really, really, really well. And that's something that's their intellectual property that I don't think they know what to do with it. You know what I mean? So
nice. Okay, excellent. I got a couple of more, and then I'll be done. We'll do sign outs. Okay, I did say Eternal Champions, but I want Eternal Champions CD style, because that was the best one. Supreme Warrior, I would love for that to come back.
That was fire. That game was fire.
Shinobi, somebody already said that though.
Yeah, we all did.
And there's so many. Virtual Fighter definitely would be a must. And I think that they are going to work on a new Virtual Fighter, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't be surprised if they link up with somebody from Tecmo or Namco to do a crossover, because I'm already hearing some crazy things, which I don't know if that's true or not, but I did see this through a Japanese site that they were saying that that the people from Sega were talking from the people from Namco, and that is something that you never would believe before, because there's a skin on the newest Virtual Fighter game that came out that's only on PlayStation and PC right now. No, it's only on PC. I'm on PlayStation. I don't even think it's on PC yet. And they got you can have Tekken skins. So we could be seeing a Tekken cross Virtual Fighter, or you already know that there's Virtual Fighters that's in Dead or Alive, and Dead or Alive 6 is rumored to be least talked about here pretty soon. So I don't know, but yeah,
we have Dead or Alive 6. I mean, it has to be
Dead
7.
Dead or Alive 7. Yeah, so that's what I meant. So yes, that's what I'm talking about. So that'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, there's plenty of games. Panzer Dragon or Dragon.
Oh yeah, Panzer Dragon. Oh yes, sir. Bring that back.
99 Nights. They could definitely bring that back. There's so many games.
I feel like everyone's sleeping on Sega GT. I remember Sega GT.
I said Sega GT.
Well, you said Daytona. You said Daytona though.
I said Sega GT too.
Yeah.
It was just going so fast, and you kept just.
You know what? Before I get out here, I got to say this. Bring me Chanel 5 again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get the hell out of here. Nobody gets no outros.
Channel 5.
Channel
5.
Chanel 5, is that a shampoo?
No,
what are you asking for?
That's what
it's Channel 5. Yeah, it was Channel 5. Space Channel 5.
Space Channel 5. I love that game. That was my.
You just like the way the girl was dancing.
I thought you was talking about the news or something. Like, let me look at Channel 5 news.
I did say Channel 5. I'm saying, yeah. No,
they could bring back Samba, the thing where you had the bongos and shit.
Yeah.
Samba Domingo.
I think they have that already.
See, man,
yes,
and Choo Choo Rocket, and then somebody
that game was fun.
And then somebody said Shadowrun, which I was just watching some gameplay on some Shadowrun too. So,
Shadowrun 2 came on
no. I meant just Shadowrun, just the regular.
Just regular Shadowrun.
Yeah, just regular Shadowrun. I got it. It just hit me. Okay, Ready to Rumble. Let's bring back Ready to Rumble, please.
I don't think that was Sega.
What's it? I thought that was Sega.
Nah, because it was on PlayStation also.
No. Sega was
No, Ready to Rumble was, but it wasn't Sega that made it though. Sega didn't own the rights. They just brought it to the Dreamcast.
Hold on, let me look at that.
I can
Who
tell you right
made the
now. I got
game
that
Sega
game right
Rumble?
behind me.
Hold on.
I got that game right here.
Who made Ready to Rumble?
That was Midway.
See, yeah, Midway.
Okay. Damn it.
Damn
it! All right.
Man, you know how
See what
many
happens when you have the
years
physical
people were
copy,
trying to
K,
get
man?
Ready to
Pow-
Rumble
I'm
back
typing
in
in Google.
Power Stone
You
is
know.
Capcom, and that's supposed to be coming out from them leaks. Them leaks has been absolutely 100% right so far. Those Capcom leaks has been 100% right so far. So if everything is going to say,
I saw an advertisement for it. There are but it's not going to have. It's going to have up to Marvel vs. Capcom 1. They're not going to have 2 in there.
What are you talking about?
There's a Capcom thing coming out versus Capcom coming out, trilogy coming out. It is. You can pull it up on YouTube. It's a trilogy coming up.
Okay, I know that there's a Capcom fighting game coming out.
Right.
With a whole bunch of fighters.
It's going to have like 5 different.
Yeah, but it's Marvel vs. Capcom is not in there. It's not in there. So, all right. Don, thank you for coming through. Where can he find you at?
Yeah, I'm going to be streaming like the next 15 minutes or so. So they can follow me on Twitch, the Don KTR on there, and I'm also on YouTube on the Don Gaming Live. So whatever platform you prefer, you can see me there.
Nice. All right, Sir X-Man, since you got your schedule now, so then you won't be rambling when you get here at 10 o'clock.
Somebody rambling. God,
we got to
when I saw you put on there,
Rob,
the wife brought you. I was like, it's gonna be a long night.
Nope, I was not. I was not partaking on the drink. I will though, because I just took the little foil off of it, and I will partake when we playing some Outriders or whatever. If we still gonna do that, but whatever.
They didn't make that. They didn't make that, Yobi. That's a Capcom game.
I just told him that.
Yobi put that in the chat though.
I just sit there and told him that.
No, he's just trying to confuse Sir X-Men.
Find the camera on.
Sir X-Men, where can they find you at? Other than you go sit there and you'll be here at 8 o'clock now.
Well, I'll be here at 8 o'clock trying to keep K Mega calm. You know what I'm saying.
The new podcast comes out next week. We doing the new podcast next week.
I know, right?
All right, yeah. Okay.
I get off at 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. So
and I work Sunday, but it works.
Okay.
You can catch me right here. Now that I got my new schedule, me and Rob's can find time to finish Gears 2.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something. I was like, what are we talking about here? No,
you a goddamn fool.
What is on your mind, bro? Stay off that damn game.
I ain't played that game since that night.
That goose made him really loose today.
I'm not even drinking.
The goose made him loose.
Oh my god. Y'all are messy.
Sir X-Man 1 on Twitch, Sir X-Man on Twitter, and Sir X-Man on YouTube. You know, whenever I decide to put some stuff up. Other than that, hit you guys on the flip.
Oh man. Ham Solo, where can they find you at, brother?
Yo,
you pull out that scroll because you do a lot. Because I said this boy is on a podcast today.
Yeah, I was on a podcast from like 3 to 6, and then I hopped on here from 8 till that's about 11 o'clock.
Woo!
So I've been busy all day with that. So you can find me at AmSolo05 Gaming on Twitter. On YouTube, you'll find me in 2 different places. One of them being the Game Drain, where I have me and 3 other panel members on a show. We just kind of kick it, talk about games. We also do like a Twitch stream together, and I post that usually on Saturdays, but I think we're going to skip out this Saturday. But our show is usually on Sundays, but usually you'll find me at TSWS Gaming. I'll put that in the chat.
Yes.
That's where I do my show on Fridays today. with Loke and Cozy Beluga. Me, her, and him have a show that we do every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, send me
and
that
then
link
whatever the hell time it is in Africa.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, send me that link so I can post that. Matter of fact, all the stuff that you do, just send me those links and I can put them in on my channel so people can see them through the community side. So same with you too, Yobi. I know because I miss so many podcasts and stuff. So yeah, do the same thing, Yobi. Send me a link to all the stuff that you do, man, too, as well. So.
And then last of all, you can like I said, on that TSWS gaming YouTube channel, I also do Behind Them Sticks on there this week.
That's the one right there. Yeah.
This week we have Mr. Badbit on Tuesday from the Trophy Room, and then we also got somebody that was in the chat tonight, Cali Rex.
Oh, nice.
So he'll be on Thursday. So those should be some pretty good shows. I usually do it at 9 o'clock, but if you just follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to find it because I do these shows with people all over the world, not just in the United States. So the times can vary sometimes, but it's always going to be on Tuesday or Thursday. Come learn about your creators.
Nice. Excellent. Robs, a geek. Where are they going to find you at?
They will find me on Twitter, Sherlock2G, PSN, and Xbox. I am Rob's a Geek.
Nice. All right. And last but not least. Oh, that's me. All right. Well, hell, I'm looking around. I'm used to D being here, but D, like I said, D was over there.
Man, they know where to find you. They're on your channel. Go ahead and hit the show.
Cut the cat, K-Meg. You know, if D was here, you would have forgot about her.
I would not have forgot about D. What are you talking about? So I remember her when she's not here. Oh, shit. Shout out to D, getting them feet done. You know what I'm saying? I know that they said it was going to take a couple of days, so I'm just
jackhammer. Sorry.
Anyway, shout out to D. Hope you have a good time with your family.
At your job, K-Megan?
What'd you say?
You used to handle a jackhammer at your previous job?
I did.
My nails.
Oh, God. See, D gonna kick your ass now. Robs, that ain't me. All right, y'all. We about to get out of here.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, D. That wasn't me. That was
beat
not
that
me.
ass when you come back. Beat that ass.
Oh, we out of here, guys. See you guys next week. Fight Night Sunday. We'll come in here. I already know 2 games that I'm going to be playing. So if anybody wants to come in and jump with us, hopefully, because Megatron's going to try to come in and play some Street Fighter, but we'll be playing some Street Fighter. And some Killer Instinct. So this is the best time to come and whoop my ass because I haven't been playing no fighters in a while, and so I am very, very rusty.
Elden Ring.
So no, Elden Ring is I beat that game. I'm done. I uninstalled it. I'll get back to it a year from now. But
with DLC, right?
Said bullshit. Yeah, with DLC coming, like I'm back. Anyway, so we out here. I'm hitting the button. Peace.
Push the button.
Oh, there we go. Push the button.